Back together again. Loving is better than it's ever been. If it weren't for the trials we've been through, I'd never have the courage to come back to you. We're all entitled to make a mistake. We got to prepare for some heartbreak. I was earning my man while I was learning my man. Something you young girls might not understand. No pain, no pain, no pain, no pain, no gain, no gain, no. No pain, no pain, no pain, no pain, no gain, no gain. There was an old lady sitting under a tree. She called me over and she said to me, my days left here may not be long. I wouldn't waste my time telling you nothing wrong. But love is a flower that needs the sun and the rain. A little bit of pleasure's worth a whole lot of pain. If you learn this secret, how to forgive, a longer and a better life you'll live. No pain, no pain, no pain, no pain, no gain, no gain. No pain, no pain, no pain, no pain, no gain, no gain. Anything worth having at all is worth working for and waiting for. Some of my closest friends have thought they had their thing on the string just because that man was bringing them flowers, candy, and all kinds of gifts. Honey, some gifts are just to make him feel better while he's on this guilt trip about the night before. You know what I mean? Especially when you know you haven't been doing the things you should do. Think about it. What is the man trying to tell you? Sometimes flowers mean maybe we should just be friends. Do you get my drift? Hang if you can hang. No pain, no gain. In order to get something, you gotta get something. In order to get something, you gotta go through something. Be a cook in the kitchen, a lady in the street. You can't show your teeth to every guy you meet. It's alright to be a little sweet, but be a mama with the kids and you know what in the shit. No pain, no pain, no pain, no pain, no pain, no gain, no gain. See, you can't give up as times get hard. It's just that old devil trying to keep us apart. Say, devil, you ain't got nothing here. I'm holding to my man and have no fear, no pain, no pain, no pain, no pain, no gain, no gain, no pain, no pain, no pain, no gain, no gain, no gain, no gain. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. In order to get something, damn something, to be something, you gotta go through something.
Yes. Old school, old school. This is your girl, Creole Butterfly, Living Butterfly Coco Night tonight. Coming to you from the great state of Kentucky, where the women are beautiful and the horses are fast, and the horses are beautiful, the women are fast. It just really depends on what you like. I want to say happy birthday, happy Kinseyada, happy bar mitzvah to Lottie Dottie and anniversary to Lottie Dottie and everybody who is celebrating something today under the sound of my voice. You know I'm the Oprah the what? The smooches. So mwah, you get a smooch, you get a smooch. Everybody gets a smooch. What's up, Kim B. Boo? Hey, disrespectful. Hey, what's up, baby? That's my sister from another mister, y'all. Yes, 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 yes. Okay, I had to play that song because I was over at another house and baby, she was giving some wisdom. She was dropping some wisdoms, okay? And she happened to mention, honey, you can't show your teeth to every guy you meet, baby. I had to come on and just start with that one. I am so mad. What's up, JB? Ooh, I got something to say to you, JB. And you've been missing, boo, but I got something to say to you. You hovering? Okay, hover on, hover around, hover on. Y'all, but ooh, honey, give me one more again, cause I just gotta just give me one more again, y'all. I gotta get it together, cause JB he gonna get on me. I'm gonna have to drop the
Have you ever wanted to
well
listen
as
in
soon
on
as
the
it
cops
stops.
when they say something crazy on their walkie-talkies?
JB, I'm gonna drop the link today, y'all. If y'all wanna hit the link, you can. But give me a minute. I gotta play this, cause you know. And I'm willing. There's no limit to the love I'm giving. The love I'm giving. Okay, JB, what you said. There's no reason why we should be apart. Oh, baby. Cause searching for something not there will lead to lonely hearts, to lonely hearts. Baby, don't you know? We've gone too far, so let it all in. I told you over and over again how I feel inside, but if you go, oh baby, there's something you should know. Something you should know. Something you should know. There's something in my heart. Ooh, it's got me hooked on you. Something in my heart. Something in my heart. It's got me hooked on you. Whew, I ain't gonna tell y'all how connected I am to this person. But anyway, who child? Okay, so let me get my Commodore Terry in real quick. All right. So, first of all, hey everybody, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Yeah, I need 37 more people to get to 2,000 people. Come on, share it with a friend, share it with your family members, share it with an enemy. I don't care. Just share, and more share. Okay. Let's start real quick, y'all, so we can get to our yeah. So y'all don't know JB. He's my little brother. I adopted him as my little brother because he act like my brother for real. He really does. One of my little brothers acts just like him. So, and I don't get to see my little brother like the way I want to. So, matter of fact, I don't even know if he's still in Kentucky or not because he's a mess. That's all I'm gonna say. Every time he get mad at somebody, he's leaving Kentucky. So we don't know. We'll see. Anywho, okay, this person right here, y'all. I think somebody offed her. I really do. I think somebody offed her. Whenever we begin to climb up the ladder and put a dent in other people's situations, the first thing they do is off us. I think, especially if you're a big threat, or either they try to discredit you in some kind of way. And I think this woman was actually offed. I really do. And I think before long it's going to come out that she was off if it hasn't already, and everything. She was only 38, y'all. She was only 38 years old, you know. And I just wanted to highlight her because I really do believe somebody actually took her. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, y'all can look at story up a little bit more, and everything. So, let me go to my other story real quick. Hold on to your love. Hold on. You gotta hold on to your love. Hey, hey. Oh, my baby, hold on. Uh, let's see where we is. Here we go. Hold on. Let me share. Let me share. Okay. All right. Now I thought this was unique, y'all. And what's up, Blended Healing? Hey, boo. Smooches to you. I've been over in your sky, honey. Let me see. And I missed JB the other day, y'all. He has a channel too, and I didn't mean to oversight him because that's my boo. Don't forget JB. Don't forget Disrespectfully Me, which is Mixology 99. And don't forget Blended right here. Those are content creators as well. Okay, y'all. Check this out. So, okay, let me give you a backstory. In the middle of his set, Tyrese invited Officer Clark on stage, and he ended up proposing to his girl. So this is what your girls see. With all the hate and stuff going on in the world, I told y'all this is the love channel. I am really trying to just put more love out here. So y'all might call me a wuss or whatever. I'll take all of that. But I want my foundation to be truth, love, and knowledge. Okay?
I love you. I've gone through. I've gone so much. Put your mic closer to your mouth, man, so they can hear you. I've grown a lot through you. It's been almost a year, but from day one, I knew you were it. You've
Yeah, I'm gonna drop it as soon as I finish, boo.
You already know me. I cry. I'm
If it's a
sensitive. You already know me,
911, I
baby.
can drop it now and then finish after
Whew.
you finish.
I'm gonna get straight to the point, baby. You're my best friend. You're my mentor. You're
You
it. You're
okay?
the only one. I want to be your only one. So right here, right now, in the city of East Point, on the job, with Tyrese, with everybody here. Will you marry me, Tiana Rose?
Want
Y'all
you to
make for
be
somebody
my
right
lady. Yes, come on.
All the sweet ladies in the building, make some
Sweet lady,
noise!
yes. Sweet lady.
Thank you, Jesus. Love wins. If you love
That's
the
why I
Lord
said
Jesus
love
Christ right now,
wins. That's why I'm all about love. Love wins every time. I don't care what you say. Did she say she wanted the link right now? Now can she? Okay. What's up, Catherine Boo? Yes. I know. I'm gonna have to take it out. I already know. I already know. I'm gonna do this and then go back and edit it later. That's what I've been doing. They've been, whatever. But y'all, I thought that was really, really sweet. I'm like, come through. I'm for love all day, every day. And let me tell y'all something, y'all. Let me say something to y'all. People get mad at me because I talk about marriage and I talk about God, all the positive things, all the love things. I'm not so far out of touch that I don't talk about reality too. But the best thing to dispel darkness is light. The best thing to dispel evil is good. The best thing to dispel hate is love. So I'm the opposite of anything everybody's trying to do that's connected to this worldly thing. I'm different. I stand in truth. I stand in light. I stand on God. I stand on love. I'm a love person. And so if that makes you hate me, hate on. Hate hate on. And in the words of Shush Trish, she's in another sector. Head on, mother ucker, head on. Okay? So, it is what it is. I'm not gonna change who I am. How about that? Okay. How about that? Let's see. Okay, let's go to the next one because me and JB plus y'all, we gotta talk. We gotta talk, okay? I just want you I just want y'all to know that. Cause he gonna chirp. Cause I got something I gotta say. Mm-hmm. So hold on. I'm pulling this up as we speak. But y'all, when you know you're doing right and you trying to, be the best you can be and live good and all this and stuff without harming other people or lying or, doing the things that's against the things. You ain't got to let people change you. Shoot. They ain't like Jesus for the same reasons. And I'm in good company, okay? I ain't nowhere near him. But if that's the case, I'm in good company. Okay? Get that straight. I'm in good company. Okay? And so are you, boo boo kitty. All right. So here we go. How many of you all knew this? I'm going to play it. Hold on. How many of you all knew this?
Disney didn't create all the magic. He just made sure Floyd Norman didn't get credit for it. Damn.
Google that name, Floyd Norman, okay?
Floyd Norman broke barriers in 1956. He became the first black animator at Disney Studios. His hands helped bring to life classics like Sleeping Beauty, Jungle Book, and The 101 Dalmatians. Wow. But his name buried beneath the mouse.
How many people have heard of them cartoons and stuff? Sleeping Beauty, 101 Dalmatians? Come on now.
Walt himself called Floyd the kid with talent. But when it came time to give credit, Floyd stayed invisible. He didn't just draw, he made storylines, pitched ideas, and shaped characters. Yet when they needed diversity for the cameras, he was brought out. When it came time to reward creativity, they looked elsewhere. Even after retirement, Floyd kept showing up because his love for animation outweighed their erasure. He worked on Mulan, Toy Story 2, and Monsters, Inc. with no spotlight. But here's what they don't want you to know. Black creativity built the magic. It just never got the fairy tale ending. Floyd Norman is 88 now, still drawing, still pushing. Follow to help this page reach and teach.
He's 88 and he's still doing the things, y'all. Wow. And he never got compensated in a way. This is what they're saying. He never got compensated for that. He never got credit for that. That is crazy. Hey, just being me, boo. Hey, the Ham Show. That is crazy, y'all. Can you imagine being that old and doing the things that made Walt Disney very popular? Like, we're going to do Walt Disney tomorrow, too, but we're going to do the dark side of Walt Disney because don't y'all know most of the pedophiles that they found actually work at Walt Disney? That's a whole nother story. I'm telling y'all, it's a big old, yeah, we're going to do that tomorrow. But I wanted to give y'all, this amazing information about this black man, okay? One more time.
More black history hidden below the surface. Walt Disney didn't create all the magic. He just made sure Floyd Norman didn't get credit for it. Damn. Floyd Norman broke barriers in 1956. He became the first black animator at Disney Studios. His hands helped bring to life classics like Sleeping Beauty, Jungle Book, and The 101 Dalmatians. Wow. But his name buried beneath the mouse. Walt himself called Floyd the kid with talent. But when it came time to give credit, Floyd stayed invisible. He didn't just draw, he made storylines, pitched ideas, and shaped characters. Yet when they needed diversity for the cameras, he was brought out. When it came time to reward creativity, they looked elsewhere. Even after retirement, Floyd kept showing up because his love for animation outweighed their erasure. He worked on Mulan, Toy Story 2, and Monsters, Inc. with no spotlight. But here's what they don't want you to know. Black creativity built the magic. It just never got the fairy tale ending. Floyd Norman is 88 now, still drawing, still pushing. Follow to help this page reach and teach more black history hidden below the surface. Walt Disney.
Okay. And let me tell you something. That's what is going on now in America. They're trying to erase black history in every form. Every form they're trying to erase black history, y'all. It's not just, the part about slavery and all that. Oh, dude wants the Smithsonian to get rid of anything that's black in that Smithsonian. He took out Obama's picture and had it moved somewhere else. It's a whole lot of things that he's doing. You know what I'm saying? And I just don't understand how people that look like me agree with what he's doing. I just don't. You're welcome, love. I just don't get it, and I'm not judging you. I'm just giving my opinion. A lot of people get mad because I question that. I'm going to question that. If you knew what we went through in this history, in our history and all that and stuff, If you knew what we went through, if you knew anything about your history, and I've heard some people blame us that look like us blame us. It's weird to me. It's like they have been brainwashed to think they're not black, that they're other than that. And it's like, okay, okay, all right. Okay, so let me tell y'all something that happened that me and my husband, my late husband, had to face. My daughter was in, my baby girl, she was in middle school. She was in middle school. And this teacher, was it middle school or elementary? Let me think. Okay, I think it was middle school. And she came home and she was in pain. And I asked her, I said, what's wrong with you? You know, because by the time she got home, I was home from work. My husband still wasn't home yet. He got home an hour after me. Okay. And an hour and a half after me. And then he rested up, ate, and went to his other job he had. And she was like, not my teacher. She said, but you know how they have people that, go to rooms and all that and escort kids somewhere or whatever. Said this man slammed her on her desk. She had to do ASAP, which is in school suspension, because her and this little girl got into it. So she had to do ASAP. And she said she was walking back to her desk and he said something to her and she turned around and said something back. And he picked her up and body slammed her on top of her desk. And the whole desk fell over. Y'all heard that, right? I said, say what now? She said again. She was in tears. She was in pain. Okay. So we immediately, while I was waiting on my husband, because I knew my husband was on his way home. So I picks up the phone and I'm calling the school. Okay. The principal has no idea that this happened. So I'm talking, yeah, the principal has no idea that this happened. So I'm letting the principal have it. Okay, I'm letting her. I ain't cussing because I'm very intelligent, but I'm letting her have it. I'm like, our black people ain't sitting over here suffering. Some of us got common sense, some of us got book sense, and some of us got attorneys. And I got all three. And I'm gonna be your worst nightmare. I said, and when my husband pull up, we gonna take her to the emergency room. And then I'm on my way out to the school. And if I don't get y'all today, I dang sure get you tomorrow. I let me find out what happened, and I'm so sorry that happened to her. We don't condone that. Okay, click. I told my daughter, come on. As we was walking out the door, my husband was pulling up, and he saw my expression on my face. That's one thing when y'all in tune with each other, you ain't even got to say nothing. He pulled up, he opened up the door for my daughter, said, get in. Went around there, opened up the door for me, said, come on, where we going? I said, emergency room. He said, what happened? I told him what happened. He said, oh, yeah, we'll be out there tomorrow. He said, matter of fact, let me call work now. Sure did. Come to find out, she was bruised a little bit and everything. Uh, but she didn't have no broken nothing and all this and stuff like that. Baby, when I tell you, when we hit that school the next day, my God, today, you talking about trying to hold my husband. See, my husband used to be a boxer, y'all, registered, okay? He boxed in the Golden Gloves. He was at Duke, so he's known in Kentucky, okay? And yeah, we hit the school. My husband saw when my daughter said, "That's him right there." I was like, "You ain't got a whisper? Who is it?" I was mad because she got you ain't got a whisper. Do you not see your parents? And so she said, "Well, right there." So he was on the other side of a security door or something. And when she pointed to him, my husband tried to break that door to get to him. And he was looking. And my husband said, I'm her daddy. Come slam me. Come slam me. She got a father at home. Come slam me. He was so, them teachers, and the people in the office, the kids, they always turn around and everything. They was like, oh my God. He said, you. And the dude kept turning his head. He said, no, don't turn your head. You slam my little daughter. Come slam me. I mean, he was so mad. He kept trying to pull the door. Oh my God, y'all. So somebody had to have some sense, okay? So I was elected to have the sense that day. Some days it was my husband, some days it was me. So I was elected, you got to let a man be a man, and he was manning. So, hey, you a man, you slammed my daughter, you slammed his daughter, he's a man, come slam him. That's like he said. So, y'all, oh my God. We won. Let's just say we won. We won. Of course we was. Duh. We won. Uh-huh. So sometime, y'all, when your children come home and tell you that it's a teacher, a facility worker, a school worker that don't like them, don't brush that off. Don't brush it off. Because a lot of kids, parents be like, oh, you just, honey, that's your imagination. I'm just quite sure you just, no, don't brush it off. Because believe it or not, I didn't know it was the same man that my daughter had already said didn't like her. I didn't know. I didn't put two and two together until we got in their office waiting on, because they wouldn't let him come in there because they was too afraid that my husband was going to beat him up. And that was a good judgment because my husband was going to beat him up. Seriously. Seriously. My husband, God rest his soul, you could tell how mad he was by how low his eyes got and how wide his chest expand. I ain't never seen nothing like it. Everybody talks about that. Even to this day, people get to talking about him. They said, man, when that man's chest expands, he's pissed. He could turn something up. And that's the truth. I don't know what that was, but that was him. Okay. You knew how mad he was, and he started like it at breathing, just. So when she told us in the office, I said, that's the same teacher. Yes, ma'am. Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah. So it was a mess. So I just wanted to say that. I just wanted to say that when your children tell you about something like that, y'all, don't just automatically dismiss it. Pay attention. Pay attention, because nowadays these teachers are something else. Not all of them are bad, and I think teachers should get paid at least what cops get paid, because they gotta deal with all these attitudes, okay, of all these kids coming from different households, and these kids is mad because mama or daddy, whatever, some of them ain't good parents. Let's just keep it 100. Some of them ain't good parents. Some of them, alcoholic crack addicts and sold their kids, and all this. I make the kids go out and steal. I hustle to make sure. Yeah, we got some messed up people in this world. Okay, so you never know what a kid is going through, and a lot of times, let me show y'all this. It's led me right to this. It's led me right to this. Hold on. Uh, Here we go. I'm gonna pull this up. Hold on. Whenever it's something good, Facebook bothers me, man. It won't let you bring it up. It just bothers me. Okay, finally. Don't tell me. No, man. Screw Facebook. Okay, here we go, right here. Let me read what you said first. When my son was in the fourth grade, one of his teachers would pull the top of his ear as a way of greeting him instead of saying good morning. When he told me he did like her doing that to him, I called. I know it's right. Meeting and went off. You don't put your hands on my child, period. Okay. Plus, that's something they used to do in old school. Okay, y'all, let's hear this. This brings me to this. A lot of kids feel like they ain't got no choice because they don't see the payoff if they stick to something positive. A lot of that is because we blow up, okay, the bad stuff. All you hear is about what kids is doing that's bad on TV. You don't hear good kids get congratulated, or everything. You don't hear that. All you hear is this child did this, this child. And so, and if a child is getting it at home to where a mother is calling their kids, or dad's calling their kids mother uckers, and you itch, you get your mother ucking A over here, you B, you heard what I mean.
And everybody else that's around you can do more good by being out here than what you do out here. And I'm telling you now, from the bottom of my heart, if you leave this damn field, son, within 3 years, I'm gonna have to come see you. Either in the grave or in fucking jail. And that's real talk. In less than 3 years. And that don't even make you 20 years old. Because that's where you're headed. Because you don't want no fucking discipline. It takes discipline to live this life. I'm 56 years old. And I'm not going to tell you that ain't do nothing dumb. But the greatest thing I ever did was took my ass to school and got my ass in the motherfucking army. The greatest thing I ever did. I'm telling you now, son, if you walk out from this field in 3 years, I'm going to see you somewhere else. And I don't want to do it. I told you that before. And I'm telling you again. It's your choice. You can stick this shit out and be a man about what you do, or you can be a fucking coward and put this shit on and leave. This shit ain't easy, man. It ain't easy. And I understand you ain't never been a part of a team. But nigga, I'm rooting for you. Look at me, man. I'm rooting for you. Nigga, I pray for you every night. Out of all these kids, I pray for you. Because I don't want to see you out there, boy. You got so much in you. So much. You recognize. Can't lose, you can. I can't. I fight for you all the time. When you wasn't here, I prayed for you, dude. And I mean that from the bottom of my motherfucking heart. If you ain't never thought a man love you, nigga, I love you. And I ain't just talking about for this goddamn football team. That's the last thing I think about. Nigga, I'm gonna follow you all the way through high school. I'm gonna make sure you get the way you get. But you can't quit on me, nigga. You can't quit on me. You can't quit. Put that shit on. I don't care what you gotta do today. You get through this day for me.
You know what, y'all?
What in the world?
You know what, y'all? I feel some type of way about both of that. Hey, what's up, shaker, boo? I feel some type of way about both of that, and let me explain what I'm talking about. Um, when one of my sons, my baby boy, was diagnosed with ADHD, and they said he was borderline autism. Okay, uh, they wanted me to medicate him immediately, and I wouldn't. I would not. Uh, I remember our house in the kitchen had caught on fire. I told that story once before, but I'll tell it later, not today. Had caught on fire, blah, blah, blah. So one day his teacher and her brother showed up at my house. And I was shocked. I was shocked. I was like, she's like, "Hi, I got a surprise for you." And I was like, "Okay." I didn't see it. Y'all, this woman and her brother went and bought us a brand new state of the art stove. Okay. And she was a white teacher. Okay. I was like, I cried. I cried. Seriously. I had just had my baby girl and I was at home, and I had a microwave. So I was doing the formula. You know how we do. We make do until we can do something different. And I cried. And I remember her saying, "Can I talk to you for a moment?" I said, "Sure. After you done got me a stove and everything, you can talk to me for more than a moment, like that." And she said, "I know you don't want to medicate your son." She said, "He's so intelligent. He really is, but he's having a hard time concentrating, and that's affecting his grade." She said, "I just want you, if you can y'all rethink it? Just rethink it, or whatever." So I said, "Okay." I said, "I trust you. I've been trusting you. And, I know you really care for these kids. I'll talk it over with my husband and, we'll go from there. I'm not going to make you no promises, but we'll go from there." So the one thing I did do, I knew my son was very gifted. So I put him in Little League. Okay. I went down. me and my husband, and looked at a couple of teams, and we love the Jaguars, okay, the Jaguars of Kentucky. So we end up putting him and my older son in Little League. Okay, so when I tell you that boy was a beast, that was the best decision I could have ever done because he needed something to get that energy out. He needed something to where he didn't have to sit still and all this and stuff. Okay, so we put him in Little League, and then we finally took him back to the doctor to have him evaluated. And so they put us in this room, and we went in this room, and me and my husband, we was sitting there. This boy bounced off every wall they had. I mean, and he had every conversation there was to have. We just sit there just looking at him because we was used to it. So we just looking at him, but we didn't have to be in a room with him because he has the whole house, his room outside. And so when the doctor came in, she said, I just want you all to know I'm gonna go ahead and write a prescription and it's gonna be this and this amount. I said, wait a minute, you ain't even looked at him. She said, believe it or not, we've been looking at him. She said, when we brought you all in this room, we was in another room watching. She said, so many parents have lied and said their kids is ADHD just so they can get some form of assistance, that we have came up with a way to watch the kids and see what they do. She said, he's a classic ADHD person. She said, matter of fact, he might even be ADD. Okay, so yeah, but anyway, I mean, they whatever marks they was doing, they was marking them out. Marking them out. My son was climbing walls. He was, Mom, Dad, watch, I can do this. I can hang off the table. Mama, Daddy, do you think this is do that? Mama, can I listen to my ears? Daddy, can you look at my eyes? Daddy, can we go to McDonald's? Mama, I mean, he was just blah, 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 blah. Y'all. And I'm sitting there, and me and my husband looking at each other like, if these people don't come along and get us out of this little bitty room. So, but anyway, I didn't want him to have to decide between outside as far as trying to sneak and do things with these dudes selling dope and all this and trying to do this. I gave him something constructive to do that he so happened to be great at it. He was so happy he got an invitation to Pepperdine. I'm gonna let y'all work it out. Okay, so anyway, these boys go through a lot. Men are necessary, y'all. Real men. I ain't saying males. I said men. There's a difference. Men are necessary. Women stop saying these men aren't necessaries. Because 9 times out of 10, I guarantee this man ain't this little young boy that we just looked at. I guarantee he ain't got no man at home. He probably ain't got no positive man in his life. He probably got males around him, but nobody that's speaking life into him but this coach. And that's why he don't know how to take discipline. He don't understand discipline. See, when you don't teach your kids discipline, when they hear it, they think that they're being put down or talked about. It's some grown people. Oh my God. It's some grown men that don't understand tough love or character talking. Like when you talking in a character form, they take that as you're coming at me, you're putting me down, you're talking, because they've never had that. They've never had it. And they don't love themselves enough. And I keep saying this because when you love yourself, you do better with yourself. Okay. You will make sure that you at the top point of your game. So they don't love themselves enough to go and find out what is it that I'm missing. Why do I keep running into this same level of understanding? Like nobody can talk to me except if they telling me how good I am, and if they lying to me, and you soak all that up because you don't want nobody to tell you you missing, you lacking. I don't get that. I don't get it. But that's how he's gonna grow up. If he what's up, you Tanya? If he don't stay, like that man said, in 3 years, and not give it less than that, them streets gonna eat him up. He'll have a record, or he'll be in penitentiary, or 6 feet under. And lately, it's 6 feet under. Then the record comes out. I always wanted my children to do better than me. Okay, whatever I did as a stepping stone from them to step on what I did to reach their goal. Always. And I know there are some people, I heard some parents, they don't care. And I'm just not that. Now that my children are grown, like my baby girl, she lives on her own. She got her own little apartment and she doing the things of the things, okay? All my kids got their own apartments, houses. I ain't mad about that. I did something right, okay? This little 15-year-old mother did something right, okay? My thing that I was thinking about this today as I was driving. I was thinking about being a 15-year-old mother and how I didn't do everything correct because I was learning and I was still patterning my life. I was 15, that's a teenager. I don't know everything yet, but I knew that I loved this child and I wanted to give her the best life possible. And I wanted her not to look back on her life and be like, my mama was 15 and she ruined my life and blah, blah, blah. I wanted her to look back and say, my mama might have been 15 when she had me, but look at where she's at now and look at what she did for us. Now, there's one thing my kids will tell y'all: whatever my mama did, she did for us. Whoever she was, it was for us. And all of them, and sometimes it makes them cry, but all of them say, when I give them their roses and flowers, and like, you know what, y'all some heck of a people, and blah, blah, man, y'all doing good. I'm so proud of y'all, blah, blah, blah. They'll turn around and say, well, Mom, where you think we got it from? It makes me feel good, y'all. Like I said, I don't think we should take our kids' innocence. A lot of things that I did, my kids didn't know I did until I wrote my first book, and they were old enough to read it. And they all, when that book hit and they all got a copy, came, it seemed like they hit my house at the same time, like, Mama, they had no idea. And that's how it was supposed to be. That's how it's supposed to be. Real mothers, we go through a lot to make sure our children stay strong and that they have it. Not everything they want, but all the stuff they need and a couple of them extra things that'll get them through. So do I let people make me feel bad? Heck no, I don't care what you think about me. No, absolutely not. Because I always put mine first. Okay. Hi, lovely lady love. Hello. Honey, yeah, that's what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Like a whole lot of things, the things of the things. I didn't let my kids see. Uh-uh. Why? So I can ruin how they look at life? No. If I wanted you to be more better than me, I have to keep some things, especially grown things, to myself. All you need to see is what a kid should see. Just like conversations, my kids couldn't sit in there when I was talking to grown talk or talking to grown people. I see a kid. Matter of fact, it ain't just mine. If yours was around, I'd be like, "Excuse, baby, outside calling you. Outside really calling you. Outside miss you so much because I don't." And then sometimes when I see kids, I go and they jump. I'm like, you looking all in my mouth. I'm not talking to you, baby. I'm talking to this person right here, your mom or whoever. I need you to go play. Stay in the child's place. Go play. I'm not talking to you. See, I'm old school. People hate old school, but I feel like if most of us still raised our kids like old school, we would have less killing out here. We would have less. Y'all don't want to get me started on that. Y'all don't get me started on that. And then we don't raise them with the fear of the Lord no more because our hang up with church, whatever happened with us in church, we transferred that down to our children. That's wrong. Give them a chance. I think every child needs to go to Sunday school. I do. Even if they don't go to church, they need to go to Sunday school. You know why? They'll learn how to love. They'll learn how to take knocks and bruises and not want to kill somebody and pull out a gun and pow pow, not want to smack and beat up the teacher in school, not want they'll learn. That's where they get their foundation at. So if they ain't going to church at all, Sunday school, I think it's a must. I think it's a must. They'll learn the Ten Commandments. They'll learn the Beatitudes. They'll learn how to respect you. Because half of y'all kids don't respect y'all. Even as a kid, they talk back like, and you think it's cute. Ain't nothing cute about a child talking back. And ain't nothing cute that a child can boots on the ground. 4 and 5 years old, boots on the ground. And they can twerk and all that and stuff. And they know every rap song. but can't spell correctly, don't know their address, don't know who's president, don't know their history, can't speak another language. See, because if your child can boots on the ground and shake it and twerk it and rap all these songs, then you need to switch that over a little bit and say boots on the ground. Okay, now let's learn Spanish. Repeat after this. What does this mean? I know I'm talking over some of y'all here. Y'all like this woman crazy. I know. I'll be crazy out there every day. All day, every day. I just didn't and don't use my language much, really at all no more. So my Creole dialect and all of that and stuff, speaking in my French language, it is almost gone. Do you hear me? Because I don't have nobody to talk it to. Because there's nobody around me that speaks it. So I was back in 2021, I was learning Swahili. I was learning Swahili. See, my daddy, he knew 7 different languages, wrote 7 different languages, can carry on a conversation in all 7 different languages. Okay. He was the man. And I'm a daddy's girl. I always wanted to be like my daddy. So I tried to take up another language, which was Swahili. And Lord have mercy, I did good a little bit. But I'm going back into it. Trust me, I'm going to have another language under my belt fluently. I'm going to relearn my own, and then I'm going to have another one. So that's going to be 2. I'm old school too. I don't know what happened with this. Okay. Okay. That's what I'm saying, and yeah, I don't, they was talking about that little girl whose mother had her on, I think it was Jennifer or something. And uh and she said that people was calling CPS on her because she was teaching her child boots on the ground and she's touring, doing all that stuff. Okay, I don't see nothing wrong with that, but on the same token, what else can she do besides entertain folks? Because if you haven't noticed, the entertainment business is going under. As I tried to tell y'all years ago, that BET wasn't BET no more. That it was actually owned by what's that, Virgin, Verizon, one of the two. White guy with blonde hair and all this stuff. He owns BET. It ain't black owned no more. It ain't been black owned in years. Okay, because your boy sold it. Johnson, he sold it. It ain't been black owned in years. But they left some black people in charge to keep tricking y'all to thinking that BET was black. And y'all don't listen to people like me. Y'all listen to dumb people that don't know nothing. She don't know what she talking about. BET is still black owned. Okay. Now everybody's seeing. Now all the award shows for black people done got canceled. Did y'all not think it was going to happen when he started taking down DEI? What's up, Van Boo? Come on now. Wake the heck up. I'm just saying. I am just saying, honey. We're just talking about the things of the things, y'all. But I hope that young man, I don't know the outs of that story, the ins and outs. Like I said, I seen, what you all saw and I wanted to share it. I just hope that guy, a young guy, listens and stays, stays with their coach. Even though the coach was, excuse me, cussing at him and everything, but he was just passionate. And that boy probably done heard worse than that if he's trying to walk away from a positive thing, which is the team. He probably hear worse than that when he gets home. He's probably you ain't gonna never make it. You are no good, blah, 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 blah. You know. So yeah. Didn't know that. So anywho. Viacom, there you go. I said Verizon something. I knew it was a V, Viacom in 2001 for $3 billion. Absolutely. Thank you. So people shocked about that? No. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. What I think should happen though, if you just gotta have a award show, I think Jay Z or LL Cool J or some of the old pioneers like that should go ahead and create one. I do. I think they should go ahead and create one. You know, that would be good. And it was a turning of the tide that in 2023, I think it was 2023, is when LL Cool J took a tour across the world of nothing but old school rappers, and every show sold out, and these new school rappers couldn't sell out a high school gymnasium. I was letting you know then, people tired of the same shoot you in your chest, I shoot ya, boom, boom. Everything sounds the same. Everybody's mumble rapping. Everybody's music is mumble rap. Everybody, even the girls, is sounding the same. In old school world, you could tell who sung what. You could tell LL Cool J. You could tell R.B. Rakim. You could tell MC Light from your girl shoot, Queen Latifah. Like you could tell the rappers, Moni Love, you could tell her. Everybody had their own style. Everybody in Rakim. That everybody could tell their own style, but these new people, they all sound the same. You put on the record, it sounds like the other dude, and the other dude sound like the other dude, and you're like, oh, is that Young Thug? No, it's Young Miami. Huh? Oh, okay. And then somebody else, is that Gorilla? No, that's Sexy Red. You like, huh? They all sound the same. All of them. And I'll say this, my opinion. It's the difference between hip hop and rap. What we had was hip hop. Hip hop had a message with a sound. Okay? Rap all sounds alike. Ain't got no message. Just a bunch of stuff thrown together with a beat, and everybody's like, yeah. Just, Okay. I believe Oprah sold on as well. She probably have. She probably have. 3 billion in 2001 would be worth almost 6.4 billion in today's time. Right. Right. Yeah. So JB, I dropped the link for you. Mm-hmm. You ain't gonna hit the link, okay? But y'all, anyway. Anyway, but yeah, y'all. So first of all, we learned behind some of the most famous cartoons. There was a black man, which we shouldn't be shocked. We should not be shocked. I ain't trying to be funny, but we shouldn't be shocked. Uh, and that's only because we've built so much stuff and don't get our just due. And it's what's weird. Like again, like I said, yesterday or the other day, I put on the community wall who all has gotten reparations and how much they've gotten. And very at the bottom, you see black folks, nothing. Zero, zero, zero. Nobody commented on that. That tripped me out. I was like, oh, ain't nobody gonna comment? Okay. Okay, no problem, boo. Yeah, I'm like, okay. So yeah. Um, let's talk about I was listening to Lady Nika today. Shout out to Lady Nika. I was listening to Lady Nika today, and she she said, if I don't want to put words in her mouth. What did she say? I ain't gonna pull up her stuff because I don't want to get dinged. Dang. I said I wasn't gonna forget that. So I ain't gonna talk about it because I can't remember it. I don't want to put words in her mouth because the point she made was a good point. It was. And I'd rather not say it than say it and get it jacked up. Okay. Uh, but I will say this. When you reach, and this is my opinion, everybody got one, okay? So don't at me for my opinion. It's how I feel. When you reach a certain age, It's just some things, y'all, shouldn't be counted among you. It just shouldn't. You know what I'm saying? It just shouldn't. When you reach a certain age, it just should be like, I don't know. And I think sometimes, okay, I had this conversation with this person. I see you, JB. Give me one moment, babe. I had this conversation with this person, and I'm gonna read. I'm gonna read. We had a conversation over text. I ain't gonna tell y'all who it was, but okay. This person said to me, hold on. We was talking about people who hold themselves in a higher estate so they don't sleep around, and men who do. Okay. This person said, cause there's nothing better than a wet, warm vagina wrapped around a hard peen, and because wrapped around a hard peen, and because you don't have a peen, you would know. But it's the best feeling in the world. That's why men would cheat on a good woman for nobody in the streets. That's why men would turn against their own family. That's why wars have been started because of that wet, warm vagina. Y'all heard? Okay. I said, I digress. I said, I only had one man cheat on me, but he also tried to kill me, so go figure. I said, but to real men, I said, real men don't live by their penis. They have control and respect. But males and little boys will stick anything that'll let them, but to each his own, right? I said, but what I'm telling you is not one man that wouldn't and don't. No, that was the wrong one. Hold on. Hold on. Okay, here we go. I said, plus I see males that still ain't that still anything didn't get picked in school and live. I hate autocorrect and living out of adolescent fantasy to make up for the teenage years when their friends was getting the girls and they was a friend or watching or got the leftovers. Sad. Okay, I think that's what makes the difference between men and males when it comes to dating and relationships. Here, women, let me bring him on. Hey, boo, one moment. I think that's the difference between men and males is because men have control and they want who they want and they stick by who they want. Okay, males is trying to live out an adolescent fantasy to where and maybe they wanted a girl at school or when they was in school or younger and they couldn't get her. People thought they were ugly, and they had to sit on the sidelines. I get the leftovers and all this and stuff. So now that they're grown, they just gonna stick anything to let everybody know I can have her if I want her. I can have it if I want her. I mean, I knocked this one down last night. Well, I knocked this one down last night. Real men, their minds is not like that. It's they're not like that, and I stand on that. Now I'm not a man, nor am I a male, but I stand on that because I've done too many counseling sessions and I've seen too many, and I got brothers too. Hello. What's up, JB Boo?
What can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you really well. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so let me give you an update.
What's going on?
I no longer am talking to that person.
Mm, what happened?
Uh, I just feel like it's the wrong timing. It's the wrong timing for him,
Mm,
and I hold myself in a certain standard, and
mm,
I'm not gonna try to fit myself into what you got going on. And I don't want you to try to pencil me in, and then something happened, and you got to try to pimp. No, you with all that you got going on, you take care of that, okay? Because again, I ain't desperate nor thirsty. I'm good over here, okay?
right,
And
right.
when because he was like, I'm coming for you. I want you, blah blah blah. Because I had that one conversation. I have one conversation with you, one,
Uh,
but we ain't gonna keep having the same conversation.
I got a quick question.
Go ahead.
What's this picture in this background right here?
That's my daughter. That's my deceased daughter.
Oh, okay. Hey. I was like, who is this person? I was like, all right. I was confused for a second. Well,
Yeah.
you know what? I already knew that that wasn't gonna last.
Dang. Okay.
Yeah, I just knew it was just God showing you that it's time and you can
Yeah, I agree with that.
and it's out there. So I mean, I really I'm not surprised at all because he wasn't even talking right. So
Yeah.
it was more of that like, oh, I'm trying to be like smooth and like get in and say all the right thing type stuff. Like me, I'm gonna say some effed up stuff. I'm gonna say some crazy stuff because I'm gonna be me all day. It takes a lot to like put up that facade and put up that whole mask and be the person that you think somebody's gonna be until you can get in, and then it's like you can't uphold it. You can't keep it up. So it's gonna break down regardless. Um, but also I just knew he was more in this space that well y'all were just worlds apart, but it was great to have the experience
Yeah.
and it was great to have the so that yeah I can do this. It's open,
Mm-hmm.
and so that's what I was looking at it. For yeah I always knew that nah that wasn't it.
I still laughing because I swear I thought about you. I thought about you. I said, he gonna be cracking up or something when I tell him. Yeah,
Mm-mm.
I just know I know who I am, and I think that's a threat sometimes to males when you know who you are because you know I think a lot of males, and I say males because men is different. Okay, I think a lot of males get high are like a woman who is trying to figure herself out because it's easy to come in and manipulate her thought and
Mm-hmm.
become and try to make her think you are that person that she wants you to be and
Yeah.
then flip back on her like you just said and become who you are. But when you meet a grown woman that knows who she is and don't need nothing from you, nothing, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, whoa, what do I do with her?
I
Well, a
mean, it's a
real man,
lot.
go ahead.
A black woman who's assertive about who she is and who has accomplished and done some things and have been somewhere. It's extremely intimidating, especially the black men in this society. Especially older black men, because like we had a conversation before, the older black men feel like I should be above or I should be at this point, and if I'm not, then how do I present myself? So it's basically, it's all the, trial and error. I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna do this and see if I can win them over with personality. Unfortunately, a lot of dudes have not learned how to have personality, like
Right.
naturally, and like and be on some real stuff because we have taught toxic traits and
Come on.
we have taught men to say or do and act this way in order to do this and this and this, but we have not taught them that there are different types of women, there are different nuances to women, there are different things that you have to learn, there are different moods and you have to do it. It's not just one cookie cutter thing, and we have taught our men, especially black men, that this is how it's done in the black community, and it doesn't work.
That's true. That is very
It's
much true.
so yeah, so we fight through that, and I say that as a black man who has experienced and seen people always going through this thing of, oh, this is how we taught and this is how we're supposed to be because we're trying to create we're trying to like cultivate a culture. I don't know, for lack of better terms, because I can't think of how to say it better. Because I always say, what is black culture? People will be like, well, hip hop, that's our black culture. We say it all in hip. No, hip hop is not black culture because a lot of people did not even get into hip hop. They couldn't even tell you a song. They couldn't tell you anything from it.
Okay.
So it's like, okay, so what else we got? Oh, well, we do this and this and that, but that's regional. Is that a cultural thing? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Black American culture is still being figured out. And so we go through these things and it's yeah, I mean, if I keep talking, you'll be all like, it'd be like 10 different things and 10 different points you'll really have to speak to. But yeah, it's a lot that we've been put through as black men, and we've been told who we are, who we have to be, who we're not, who we can't be, who we will be, and who we will be again. So yeah.
My thing is too, this is my thing. I'm a woman that likes honesty. A lot of women don't care if you honest with them or not. They just don't care. I do. I love honesty.
I
I
don't
don't
think
like
we was taught honesty. I don't know what that is. I
huh?
mean, I am. I don't think we were taught that. Like that's not
That's a
honesty.
character thing to me because I don't understand lying for what? Why lie?
Because it's a game. It's not really. It's not really a life thing. It's a game. It's like we've been taught to play games. We've been taught to survive.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah,
like it's a survival game. It's not really like it ain't real life. I don't know. We haven't learned to relax and relate and release yet. I don't think so. A lot of people, I should say. Of course, I can't speak for over 8 billion people, but you know what I
um, I don't know why we always go here with these conversations though, man. But okay.
mean?
uh,
What
um,
then say? I missed it.
he said, hold on, let me put it back up. Here. Sorry. Okay, so could a woman be a male? No. This is just my opinion, so don't at me, y'all. No, because you're born either female or male. So born woman, no. Can a woman change to a man to become a man? To me, a man is a state of mind. It's a state of being. So I'm not either. So I'm gonna say you can change lately to whatever you want to change to. And my thing is, I think when I'm going to start doing this is just me, okay? When I'm going to start doing when people are interested in me, I'm going to ask, "How was you born?"
Mm.
That's just where we are now because I don't want to date a woman. If I wanted to date a woman, I would date a woman. It wouldn't be no shame in my game. I would just tell you, now, y'all, I'm going to start dating women.
No, let's be real.
No, I would.
No,
I've had
I'm just saying,
girlfriends.
but let's be real. The really the issue is because people speak about what a woman does and what a man does, how they act, and all this other stuff. That's all about what you present, right? And the essence of who you give and the essence of what you're attracted to and all the other stuff. So if it was really that simple, then people wouldn't have an issue with people being transgender. Now this is my thing. So I'm just saying I know understand that people are not. I get that. But when people say that, I was like, just be actually real. You need a dick. You need a dick attached. Because a trans man can give you every very essence of anything and can be that man that you say, oh, they act like this, they do this, they say this, they da blah blah blah. Everything. I've seen trans men be that. But nah, you need a dick attached. I mean, you don't want a
Me
vagina.
personally, JB, I am okay. I feel you. But me personally, I don't want nobody that was somebody else.
If you never knew,
That's why I said I'm still asking. Because
but that's what I'm saying. If
I'm,
you never, you're already tricking
because
yourself.
that's
Because if you
deception.
never knew, but it's not deception if you never asked. If you asked, that's a different story. But like I said, if you never knew, because I've actually known trans men, I didn't know they was trans for a long time, and I was like, oh, my bad, oops. But you know, it's like just be real. We want the appendage or we want the orifice that you were born with.
And see, to me, it's a little bit different. It's more different than that because I see a man different than just a penis. I see it like I can only my longest relationship was my late husband, so that's all I have
Mm-hmm.
to go on. Because the other ones I think was trial and error. You know what I'm saying? But
True.
it's the way that men per se that I consider men carry themselves that
Well,
get
that's what I'm saying. You
they
can
get my
find all that
attention.
in a trans man.
But it really has nothing to do with a penis. It has to do with how they carry themselves. However, I still don't want to cause to me, and I ain't
Mm.
saying it's right or wrong, but this is how I feel. To me, however you was born, no matter what you change, that's still what you are. Now you can
Okay.
dress it up differently and you could be the prettiest version of your new self, and that's fine. And whatever you claim, you claim. But in my eyes, if I gotta date you or whatever, you are what you was born as.
Mm. I mean, it's a mental thing for a lot of people. Um, it's a mental thing for them. I'm not of trans experience, so I
Yeah,
can't speak to it. So, but it's a mental thing. But the thing about it is, we also have people who are not mentally identified, like they can't mentally identify with their race or their culture.
yeah,
Italians
yeah,
don't feel Italian. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah,
I don't feel Italian at all. Like I feel French, or I feel like my culture is African because I lived in Africa my whole life, and like you raised me in Africa, but you want me to be Italian. How did that work? You
yeah.
know what I'm saying? So and I'm not. That's why I didn't mention like gay or trans and just that on purpose because it's not just that because it's a lot of things that we identify mentally with that people will be like you can't be that or you can't do this and this and that but we're not in their head so we can't say what they are.
Well, see,
It's about the respect of it. If you don't accept that gender or on them, but if they present whatever they present and they say, "Hey, call me this," call them that, or don't call them at all.
yeah, I agree with that too. But then on the flip side of that, just like somebody, let's just say somebody say, "Hi, I'm a tree today."
You be a tree. I'm allergic to the outdoors, so I can't mess with you because you probably gonna cause my allergies to act up.
I
Hey,
get
be a
what you're
tree,
saying, but
be a banana, be a
in a
whatever.
logical world, though, I get what you're saying. Okay, I want you to know I am hearing you. Don't think I'm not.
Hmm.
But in the same token, we have to stop this somewhere.
No, we don't. We keep trying to rationalize 8 billion people. These people we didn't understand attention deficit. We didn't understand autism. We didn't understand bipolar. We didn't understand schizophrenia. We didn't understand. We didn't understand people just thinking differently. We didn't understand people doing things differently. People walking differently. We didn't understand the being born deformed and all this other stuff. They used to throw the babies away, kill them, bury them, whatever. Um, so we are constantly learning more and more about each other. We are nowhere near knowing how somebody else feels and how somebody else presents that. Because if it's not a danger to anyone else, let them be who they are. You don't have to talk to them. You don't have to be around them. You don't have to deal with them. You go to the store, you don't ask them what do you present as or what do you identify as to the cashier. Do you ask the cashier that? No. I don't give a damn what you talking about. The total is $9.74. How are
My
you
thing
paying?
is, my thing is, I just feel differently about a whole bunch of stuff. It's not that I judge or whatever. I just common sense wise, I feel different.
There's no such thing as common sense.
I think
It's
so.
not with 8 billion people in the world. Ain't no common. That's the problem. We've been
But
programmed
here's
to
the
think
thing:
that
everybody wants
there's
it.
common.
Everybody wants it their way. That's what I'm afraid of because we have gotten so far away from what things are supposed to be. Seriously,
Hmm.
we have gotten so far. It's scary. It is really scary. It's like, is there no bounds? Is there no? I mean, what?
Mm-mm.
It's and that's just like I said. It's my opinion. My opinion is not
Respect. I
everybody else.
mean, I just felt like respect. And not wanting to cause harm to others. Like, if it's not causing harm to anybody, like, I'm just like, we have a world where we decide to live in a certain type of society. We decide to live in America. If we have the resources or anything, we can leave. We can go to Zimbabwe. We can go to India. We can go to Thailand or whatever, and we have to learn their rules and regulations and how their society works, and we decide whether we want to live there or not. It's the way it's been from the beginning, even with the Bible days and when they formed organized religion and all sorts of stuff. You decided whether or not you're gonna be there. If you tried to run and you made it, God bless you. If you didn't, hey, we are in a society where we can do those things. Like, are we trying to bring it back to the point where they can tell everybody what to do and how to do it? Because if we want to go back then, when does this stop? When do we stop regressing? When do we stop regressing to the point where they can tell us what and how to do it? To the point of slavery? Is that the point we stop? The
I just feel
transatlantic
like
slave trade, or how far do we go?
I feel like this. As far as a person's personal life, okay, it's your personal life because I got my personal life. But I still feel like it should be boundaries. And if I go against the boundaries, I just go against them. But I still feel like there should be boundaries. I just do.
Like, you think there should just be boundaries, like universally on everybody, or personal boundaries?
For
Because
everybody.
everybody should have their own personal boundaries. Because, for example, the first conversation I had up here, somebody said, I just think that you kind of people and this kind of person should not be allowed to this and talk to black women, and y'all influence them too much. I just think y'all should not be allowed to be here. Like, okay, that's your opinion. Great. So now if they got their wish, all these people in this particular demographic would be eliminated for what? Because this person feels like these people have too much influence on black women.
My thing is this. Okay, I'm gonna say this, and it's gonna make people hate me, but I'm real to who I am. And maybe I hear something that'll make me think differently one day. But right now, this is how I feel. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't hate anybody. I do not. And if you say you whoever, that's who you are, because I could care less. Okay. I'm talking about me dating. I ain't talking about nobody else. I'm talking about me dating. I know
Mm.
what I don't. But I will say this. What was I gonna say? My mind just went like, woo.
Kennedy
Hold on.
moment.
Dun, 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 dun. Hold on.
Oh,
Oh, my point of that is saying that I feel with all the stuff that's going on, we trying to say that God made a mistake. And I happen to believe, and if I stand by myself, I stand by myself. I happen to
mm.
believe he didn't make no mistakes. That out of
Who's
every,
saying that God made a mistake?
because if we talk about everything, if God made me black, he made whoever white, okay, that's fine. But for, let's say, if I'm black and now I'm trying to change my color to white because I feel like I should have been white or whatever, that's saying God made a mistake. God didn't make no mistake. That's just how you feel.
Who said that God made a
Because
mistake though? Who is saying it though? Just because
that's
they
what,
want to change the very fact that is able to be done, isn't that God who created that ability
no,
for
because
our
every
skin to change color? We can
no,
bleach our
because
skin.
everything that it's just like when, like I said the other day, I don't think you was here, but I said the other day, everybody wants to talk about, how much weed they smoke, because it comes from the earth. It comes from the earth. Yeah, everything comes from the earth. It don't
Mm.
mean that you're supposed to put it in your body. And if anybody knows anything about that, you're not even supposed to burn weed. You're not supposed to burn it. That's what messes your body up, your cells up, your lungs up. You can do it in other forms, but you're not supposed to burn it. Anybody who has studied plants will
Mm.
tell you you're not supposed to burn marijuana. But a lot of people don't know that. And so they go by, well, I heard it does this. I heard, but what? Lord, today. Okay, let me just shut
My
up.
thing is,
Let me
I
shut
don't
up.
think everybody is saying that God made a mistake. I feel
Oh,
like everybody is saying that God gave me the ability. God put doctors here to make medicines or all this other stuff. But there's two sides, or the pro versus the con, and there has to be a control. There has to be a variable. We're always going to go through an experiment, and there are people who are here to be that experiment. I mean, and that's what it is, because you wouldn't know what to say, or you wouldn't know to say that. I think some people just saying God make a mistake if people aren't doing certain things. It's not going to work that way. It has never worked that way. Not even in the beginning has it worked that way. That we have lived a perfect like existence.
and
We've never
anytime
been that
we
way, and we're not gonna go
And
back. Well, we're
anytime
not
we
gonna go
took
to.
ourselves to go against what God has commanded, it's always ended in detriment for humankind.
Well,
Always.
isn't that what it's supposed to be?
No,
It's supposed to. Well, yeah, no. He could have stopped it if he wanted it to. Like
he is not a
it's a
racist. He's
cycle.
not
It's
gonna
a
force
cycle.
himself to
It's
do
a
it.
cycle.
But he's not gonna force us to. No, we supposed to choose the right way, and we supposed to choose him.
People do choose the right way. Some people
Not
don't.
for the majority.
The Bible said everybody ain't gonna make it. The Bible did the Bible said the majority ain't gonna make it. So therefore, how are we hoping that the majority is gonna go along with what we think? It's just not gonna work. That's how I get to accept the world as it is, because I was already told that it's jacked up. I was already told that there would be more people that would not do what I feel or think than that will.
I'm gonna
So
put some-
it's already been ordained.
Like I
Di-
said, this ain't Burger King. We're not supposed to have everything our way, but that's just my opinion. I ain't trying to change
No,
nobody's
no, I
belief,
feel you. I feel you.
belief
But that's
however,
what I was
but
like. I don't know out of
I'm
8 billion
gonna stand
people, I
on
don't
that
know how many
regardless.
people you gonna get to believe that, especially in this world where it constantly gets worse and worse. I mean, it started off bad. It started off horribly. Like humanity itself, humans started off horribly, deceiving and killing each other, and that's what we're still doing.
Cause there should be. I'm sorry. Let me mute this because my computer's doing something. Okay.
Mm.
But yeah, there is supposed to be those that know better that you learn from the
But
past.
those are those that who do better, and
No,
we've
not as.
had revolution, we've had evolution, positive evolution, we've had a lot of great things happen. But it's like you're trying to measure it on a scale of, I feel like because I believe this and I know it's right and I know it's the right thing, then it should be like this and we should have come this far. We have. But if you measure it against the whole world wasn't introduced the way they were in the same time. And it was broken up for a reason. And it's not gonna be like that. We're always gonna need evil to show us, the good. It's like that's the way it has been designed because of what we did in the beginning.
It could be a lot of people that think like you. It could be a lot of people that feel like, that you're right or whatever. But I just gotta, like I said, I have to make my stand for what it is. And I feel like it's just like people ask me about racists, should they be allowed to say what they need to say on the internet and all this and stuff? Yes, they should. Because if we're gonna try to condemn them or stop them from saying what they feel, then that means somebody can come along and condemn me and stop me from saying what I feel. So,
I mean, exactly. That's exactly the same thing.
but
Exactly the same thing.
I do. I'm sorry, and I could be one of them that people hate, and I'll take it. I'll be hated. I will
Why
be
would you be hated? Because I feel like
because I'm
people,
standing on what I feel principle
you're
wise
supposed to,
biblical.
but you're supposed to, and that's why I feel like you have your option to do that, just like other people have their option to do what they do. Because even in the Bible, it says that these people do not believe the same thing. We're always going to have that. I don't how what. Okay, let me see. When you look at the world, what percentage of the world do you think should be on your level of thinking and with
I
your
agree
belief
with you. That
system?
be me. I agree with you. I'm sorry. Go ahead. What was you saying? The last
Well,
part.
that's the point. That's the point. I'm saying it started out bad. That's the point. I said that. It started out bad. Deception, disobedience, and killing. Like we've been doing that since the beginning. It's not gonna change. It's like, hey, the first people did it to each other. You think we're gonna stop now?
We
No.
should and we could.
A lot of people have. A lot of societies have changed, but it's not gonna just. It's not. The Bible tells us it's gonna be there to the end. Does it not? Like, what percentage of people you think really, really, really was gonna get up on this thing? Like, the Bible told it was gonna get worse. It's gonna get worse, worse.
Oh yeah. I know that, but my point was all of this came all of this whole conversation came about because of a question I was asked in the chat.
Yeah, I mean, but that's good though, because I mean, like, I believe what I believe, and I believe, I have a strong basis for my belief system. I just feel like I already know that other belief systems, patterns, whatever exist. And I believe that we can exist within our own worlds as far as like our own spaces, as long as a community, we or a society, we know what's right, what we cannot do to each other, what we can do to each other, like the common laws. That's what I'm talking about. I ain't saying nobody should just be feel like they want to be like a serial murderer, like serial deleter, and just going around deleting people. No, I'm saying that's not right. That's not what we agreed on. We don't like. Nobody thinks that's right. The majority of us to be like, no, that's not cool unless we live in a country that has genocide. But we not there. I don't feel like that. I feel like everybody should be allowed to do what they want to do as long as it goes within our common laws. But now the thing about it is now people are like, well, because I believe this way, this should be a common law. Now we're talking about suppressing people, oppressing people. And we've been through enough oppression that we shouldn't want to oppress other people. We can still be who we are and show and like show our light, be in our glory, and do what we need to do without oppressing other people because everybody ain't gonna go.
So you just want anything to exist that won't exist.
I didn't say anything. I just said it's gonna take its natural order.
Okay, so that means you talk boundaries too.
I said I have my boundaries. Common law. Common law. We
So
agree we
okay,
don't like serial deleters, right? We agree we don't like people who are violate people. You know what I'm saying? Who take what they want from people. We agree about all that stuff, and like we may
that
agree.
just being me. Thank you.
Yeah, we may agree on some political things. Or not you and I, just period as a society. Like we may agree on some political things. Like that's why I'm like this administration. Hey, I voted. Some people did not vote, but now it's like, oh, we told you it ain't gonna. Well, I took my part. I did my part, and I say the system is gonna still go where it's gonna go, corrupt and all, whatever, whatever. But eventually, it works because I'm still gonna do my part. Not everybody's gonna do their part. Not everybody believes, but I'm still gonna stand true to what I believe. So, common law. I don't think everything should exist. But if it exists, if we can talk about it, it already exists and it has existed. It's not the first occurrence. It won't be the last. That's what I'm saying. I'm not just saying it should be just everything should just go unchecked.
Okay, so let me ask you this question then. What if everybody decides, well, now a grown up can have sex with a child that's 10 from here on out?
The age of consent was 10 in the United States a long time ago.
I don't remember it being 10, I remember it being
It,
12.
it was
But
10.
either way, even in common sense, that will let you know that's kind of dumb for
We
the.
changed though. That's why we changed. I wouldn't say no. We're not there. That's not the way we think. That's not how we were raised. We weren't there when we were in that mind frame of thinking. But way back in the days, civilizations did that. They
Okay,
didn't think about the age. They was just like it was about making babies
yeah,
and having pleasure. They menstruating and all the other stuff. They see that's their woman now. They got to have babies.
right.
So we're not there no more.
Okay, so but I'm still making the point of
Go ahead.
what if that's something that they decide now because everybody wants everything their own way. This should be allowed. This should be allowed. If somebody want to call themselves a tree, that's okay. Let them call themselves a tree. Okay, so that's Mr. Tree now. What kind of tree is it? I don't know yet. I haven't figured it out. Like, okay, let me just go here. My problem, and I'm gonna say it was a problem. Okay, and I think I love my daughter because she always talk real stuff. But anyway, my
Uh,
problem was during this time when everybody was able to pick what they wanted to be. Okay, fine, cool, whatever. Okay, it ain't me. Whatever God made me, that's what I am. Point
uh,
blank period. However, there was issues when little girls had to go in these public bathrooms to use the bathroom, and there was people in there that wasn't genetically created to be what should have been in the bathroom. They were in the bathrooms and stuff, and people had
Mm-hmm.
a problem with that. Okay, so the people
That
who
was, I'm gonna just say that was bullshit. Excuse my language, but go ahead.
so okay, but that's my point. When everybody wants it their way and we have no common sense.
That was propaganda. That was all. That was a big fuss. People have been doing that forever. Forever. The thing about it is, y'all have stalls. Y'all don't stand up at urinals and things like that. Y'all have stalls. So, what little girl went into the bathroom and saw a penis on somebody? Was she going into stalls?
No,
What
you
little
can not
girl
even
like?
when you no, hold on now. I gotta get you on that. Even when you go in the bathroom, some bathrooms only have one bathroom. One. It's big, it has two sinks, but they have one bathroom.
Are you
And
still going into the stall though?
no,
With the
sometimes
somebody?
these men that was in these restrooms was in the sink. They were standing at the sink. They got full
Mm-hmm.
fledged beers and stuff on.
And those are the few. That's what I'm saying. Like it's been, and this is why I don't get into these conversations. 'Cause I think these conversations are not stupid, but they are inflated and they're not in the right context because this has been going on forever. And on the opposite side, there are trans men that go into the men's bathroom.
And I think
And the thing about it is, what happens is they have created a culture of hate because what they speak about, they always speak about gay men or they speak about trans women because they know it ignites people, because they know they can be graphic with it, because they know it's more in your face and it is polarizing. That's the whole point of it because there's no difference from what happened before than what happens now. There always been people who thought, even people who are not trans, those people who are deceptive, sneaky, and just perverted, who actually wanted to do that, who would just throw on a wig just to see if they can do it and go in there and commit acts. That has been going on forever. Now these people who are actually trans, who ain't got nothing to do, just go to the bathroom. It's like now it's just the political thing. It's to cause division. It's to keep on dividing us. That's the same reason they specifically speak on certain things and certain topics. They don't really actually be real about what is really going on. And so that's like, I don't really care about that conversation because no one's really going to look at it from a full perspective, like the whole thing. And nobody's going to give all the information. No one's really going to speak on it in totality.
my thing is I have to care about it because I have grandkids and granddaughters.
Mm-hmm.
I have kids and I have daughters. I have 7 girls and 2 boys. So, and not just me. I'm just one of them. Like I said, what I say, a lot of people don't like, but it's okay. Um, I just got happened to be one of them. I see both sides of the spectrum. I see maybe somebody who feels like they are a woman and they wasn't born one. Okay, I give you that. That's how you feel. I can't tell you how you feel. That's how you feel. Okay.
Mm.
But then I also know that there are predators out here that'll take any chance they can get.
And they've been doing that though. That's the thing. I don't. You know what? Honestly, I don't like talking about trans stuff because, especially not with straight people, especially not with cisgender straight people, because it's not going to be a fair conversation, and it's not fair for me to have the conversation because I'm not of trans experience, and I don't think the same way about it because you're always you being the naturally born straight people.
Hmm.
They're always going to have issue. Always, there's always going to be something because they have been we have been programmed societally. Ooh, crazy word, but we have
I
been
know what you say.
programmed as a society to think a certain way and to make certain arguments. And I'm not going to keep on combating the same old stuff over and over. That's why I said let people do what they want to do in their own world. And what I mean by that is they ain't got to go in there, but y'all had a problem with them having unisex bathrooms that are single. Like the family bathroom. They create the family bathroom for what? Oh, so people can go and change their children, or people who aren't comfortable going into bathrooms with multiple people.
I don't have a problem with that.
I don't like using bathroom with multiple people.
I
I
don't have
would
a
go
problem
in the
with that.
store.
with that one bathroom that you're talking about. I don't have a problem with that. I think it was genius.
Most people do, but they had a problem just because it was like, oh, we're making accommodations for these people, and that's why I don't like having the conversation because I'm not trans, so I
Yeah,
can't give it to you the way it's supposed to be.
I just don't think
Um,
we'll ever agree, and then that's fine. We can agree to disagree. Like I said, when I had this conversation with my daughter, she's gay. My daughter's
mhm.
gay. She's a proud gay young lady, and I support her.
That's a
You
whole
know,
nother story, though.
but she no. What I'm saying is, when she heard about it and saw the different stories, and we talked about it, she didn't agree with that either.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's a whole different story. Ah, gay men and lesbians have a hard history. We're not gonna talk about it, but
I Most
we
gay
this
men
is
don't like
like
lesbian women. I already know that.
uh,
My sister's married to a woman. She already told me about. She just said, I don't know what it is. She said, but most gay men can't stand us lesbians.
no, no. If we gonna be real, it's the other way around. Because listen, I got a one chick. She gonna come to me talking about what you gonna do for me. You gonna buy my boxes? I said, I ain't gonna say what I said, but I was like, first of all, I wasn't even in your face. Go talk to my friend who you wanted to talk to. Leave me alone before I cut you off, you up. But we've always had, especially studs. Me and studs are just from the like they just don't they test me, and I'm just like, why are you testing me? Get out my face. We don't have to talk. You don't like it's okay. Move on. But yeah, it's we could talk about that another day. 'Cause I swear, you can even ask my family. You can ask anybody. Be like, what is it? Why do y'all do this? Leave me alone for real, cause y'all trying me right now.
Yeah, I know a whole lot. Believe it or not, I know a lot of gay people. I know a lot of gay people. And what I like about the gay people, I know they know me, they know my heart, and they know my stance on things, and we still love each other regardless. It's like a thing where some things we just don't agree to disagree, and that's just how
And it is, yeah, and that's what I'm saying.
be,
I'm great
when
with
you get
that. Like,
mature enough to talk about it. Because I think that's what's going on. Nobody's really talking about things and everybody's assuming. I don't like to assume. You know what I'm saying? Like,
mm,
I'd rather, like me and you, we had this conversation. You didn't switch to my side, I didn't switch to your side, but we heard each other and it is what it is. Okay. So, it just is what it is. And I just feel like a lot of people, we need to have the hard conversations. We just really do because unless we talk about certain things, we're gonna always
mm,
jump to conclusions.
yeah,
Jump to, but I'm a mama first. Get that straight. I'm a mother first. And I'm a mother to almost everybody. That's how I feel. Because even when, my kids, they get on me when we used to go to Golden Corral and I'd be up there policing the daggone bar. Like, where's your mama? You
I
ain't even
ain't been there so
no,
long.
huh?
I said I haven't been there so long,
Yeah, me
but
either. That's why I said when we used to go, I don't go no. I ain't
not. I
I
just
ain't
like
went
the
since
chicken livers.
COVID.
I don't know why, but go
I
ahead.
ain't went since before COVID. Mm-mm.
Mm-mm.
I don't play where everybody sneezing and I'm a germaphobe too. I don't.
I'm a
No.
I'm a I'm a 5%er. Like I'm a germaphobe most of the time, but sometimes I be like, okay, I'm gonna just walk through. Like when people sneeze outside, I stop,
Right.
or I'll
Ooh.
walk around the area they sneeze in.
And then people, they don't know how to like when you sneeze. Okay. What I do if I don't have my mask on and I gotta sneeze, I sneeze inside my shirt, and people's like, "Ew," but it's mine. Duh.
Yeah, you supposed to do the Dracula sneeze, or you supposed to sneeze inside your shirt or something to stop it because people
Yeah,
don't
that's
understand
what I'm talking about.
the spray of it, the spray
It's
of it
weird.
all.
It's like, and then they want to sneeze on their hand and then touch the door.
Or
No.
they do that and they do like I watch workers who fix food and they try to wipe their nose or something, or do the little swipe with they wrist and you playing too much. I'm gonna need can you wash your hands please? Change your gloves, thank you.
Okay, so let me say this. Miss Nika, shout out to Lady Nika, and I know I might have this wrong, but I'm a paraphrase.
Lady Nika.
I'm gonna put my little spin on it. Lady Nika said, if you in your 50s, honey, you should be having the sex that you want to have. What you waiting on? Because you ain't got nothing but a good more days left. So what you think? Say you should 50-year-old?
Well, see, this is going into our conversation again about what we think is right, because you shouldn't be having sex at all.
You should be
Right.
right now. I'm sorry.
I said this is going into the conversation we were having, like doing being you how you want to be you, because you as the pastor shouldn't be having sex at all,
Right,
according
and I
to.
don't. It's been 4 years.
I'm just saying. So you shouldn't even be thinking about this or talking about it, because it's temptation. But nah, I feel like yeah, I mean you should, but I don't know if you should be a thought about it. Like I don't know if you should be like bouncing around on stuff.
Lady Nika said you need to be spinning on it, dropping on it. She said kissing
How
on it.
about how about you get a regular? Well, okay, so in your 50s, you should get a regular one and do whatever you want with it. There you go.
Okay, let me play something for you. Keep talking. I'm gonna pull this up. Tell me what you think.
Mm-hmm.
See if you know. Okay, hold on.
All right. Cause
Mm,
never mind.
I'm
Well,
here.
never
Go
mind. We talked about that.
ahead. Okay, hold on. All y'all that's listening, I want. I
Hey,
want.
I can't see the chat. Like, I'm in a different screen. Hold on, let me see what people are saying. Nah, it's too many comments. Nope, not going back. I don't do replays and stuff. I'm so sorry. I'm not about to
He
go
said
back.
nope. Too many comments. Nope.
I saw like 13 new comments. I'm like, nope, I'm good. But what up, though, y'all? I love y'all, though. Real talk. Oh, I'm gonna be. I don't know. Nah, listen.
I hope
I'm
it's
going.
one. Hold on. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Go ahead. No, I was just saying I'm going through this whole phase where I'm trying to be passionate about my passions,
Uh-huh.
and it's not working. But
Oh wow.
I think I'm gonna do another game night soon.
Okay.
So I'm working on that because I'm working on a different game I want to try to play. I was trying to program my other game, but you know my ADHD ain't yeah.
Okay.
But but I'm gonna have another game night soon. Hopefully, get some people in the building. I want to try to get a budget to really, really, really for real, for have prizes and actually get to do that this time. But
My
go
Kahoot
ahead.
ain't working no more. I don't know what's wrong, but I'm gonna have to figure it out. I got Kahoot that's not working no more.
Oh, for real? Yeah, I
Yeah.
never played on Kahoot. I know what it is, but I never played on it.
Hold on. Okay, here we go. Right here. Play this. Make sure y'all got this. Hold on. Here we go. Let's see. I hope it's the one.
We have a misunderstanding of what fornication is. Now, before the old saints, this is a multi-generational podcast. I got
Is that
church mothers
Brian? Yeah,
on here,
that's right.
and I got Gen Z and Alpha watching. Fornication, as we were raised to know it,
Sure.
is sex outside of the bounds of marriage.
Sure.
Yeah, you can't do it. We would took purity bracelets.
Yep.
We signed
thing.
covenants on the youth
Signed
retreat.
Yeah.
You had to repent in front of the church if
Sure.
you have fallen short. I want you to illumine for us what is the biblical definition of fornication.
Well, let me put the series in context.
All right.
So in March of this year, I announced a 10-part sermon series entitled Practicing Safe Text. It was really born out of this conviction that the way that the church handles the Bible can either draw people to the church or push people away from the church.
Yeah.
And there are a series of spiritually transmitted infections, STIs,
Wow.
that the church has transmitted to the world: hatred, intolerance, guilt, shame, just to name a few, because of how we have handled the scriptures, sometimes intentionally, other times unintentionally. And so as a part of this 10-part sermon series, which has really gone viral,
Yeah.
I've addressed 3 key topics that we were all told and taught that the Bible condemns:
Yeah.
divorce, sex before or outside of marriage, and homosexuality. If you came up in the church like we did,
Yes.
you know, you were told and taught that if you were divorced and remarried, that if you had sex before or outside of marriage, and if
I really want him to get on with it, but one moment.
you were a member of the LGBTQIA community, that you were committing a sin.
Yeah.
And as a pastor, a believer, and as a Bible scholar, it's really important to me to give people the tools so that they can appropriate their faith um, while honoring Scripture. And so I have walked for the last 21 years during my pastorate at Mount Enon. I have walked people through the Scriptures on these topics because so many people are in spiritual bondage in our churches around their marriage is not working out.
Yeah.
And so I help them to understand that even though you see the
Jesus, he got
English
my
word
ADHD
divorce,
going.
that what's been
I know. Good
Oh
grief. Let me
my
try to
God,
fast forward.
I'm almost out of there, y'all. I'm trying to tell you, my ADHD is like, yo.
I know, right?
being discussed in the Scriptures is not the sure.
Help me to understand in context, and this
Sure.
is not rhetorical. I don't know the answer.
Yeah.
Does that then align with the nativity narrative that Joseph wanted to put her away privately?
He wants to put her away privately,
Yes.
right? Because the whole issue in the ancient world around what is translated divorce is what are their marriage is no longer working and get a legal divorce.
Yes.
And decide who Matthew 5:31 and 32, that the only reason you can throw out your wife or put out your wife or lie under which men did this kind of heinous act.
Yes.
And he's saying the only reason you can do that, to just lock out or discard your wife, is for the cause of pride, because their marriages didn't work out. And not only that, it creates an environment in many churches.
Okay, he talked about divorce. That's not the one. When you fast forward, like over here where you see my mouse over here where it says for faith expert discusses blah blah blah. He actually talks about fornication. But anyway, my point being, he was saying that they were saying that fornication is not what we have been taught that fornication is. And my question is, I say you.
Oh, I'm not a biblical scholar, but I do know that we were taught Scripture wrong in a lot of ways. Because we don't even my father being a Hebrew Israelite, and him trying to recruit me my whole life, there are a lot of things that we don't go by biblically. As far as how marriage is established and what marriage is, and like he said, the divorce and all that other stuff, and the sex and how it's looked at and all that other stuff. So yeah, I think that we have been infected with STIs.
Okay. I look at okay. Let me tell you one thing that delivered me. I see you, Catherine. I feel you, girl. I ain't had
What she say?
actually.
Because I ain't gonna go by it. No, it's 19 messages now. I ain't gonna
Okay, it says it's not temptation for me though. She said Creole and JB because when you said it's a temptation or whatever, she said I have been celibate, so I can't speak on it. I've been celibate too, and not
I did
celibate.
6 years before.
But I just been. My actual day was August the 24th of 2025. It's been 4 years.
Not the actual day.
I remember that day.
Yeah.
I remember that day to the T because later on that night, when my husband got back from I forgot where he went. Anyway, he got back, he wasn't feeling good. So I took him to the ER and they had diagnosed him that night with COVID. So I knew that if he had COVID, I had COVID.
Right.
Yeah, so I
remember.
You
know, that's not necessarily true too. Back then,
when it first
came out, that first wave was crazy.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking. That's when he died of was the first wave. So, but yeah, and the next day was our baby boy's birthday, which was the 25th. So all of that, we had a whole lot planned, and all that. So yeah, I remember that to the T. It's been 4 years. Yep, and I mean, not doing nothing.
And that's what What do you feel about that? I don't want to go too far off of what you were saying, but what do you feel about that? Because I think we spoke about that a little bit before. But as far as because like I said, I'm not a biblical scholar, but as far as the masturbation, I know with men it's about spilling the seed, and not utilizing the seed that you're producing. So, what is it with women?
I particularly think that now with women, we still can spill a seed, but not as quickly as you all can. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
we,
but
yeah.
you can't drop you can't like masturbate and drop your eggs out.
No, that's what I said. Not yeah, not it. Yeah, no, we don't have that. But I think we were just raised differently, and I think we were taught differently. You know, women don't do that. The women that do, and I'm not saying this is real, y'all. I'm just saying how it was taught. Okay,
Mm.
the women that do that is fast and they not connected to God and different things like
Is
that.
there a biblical scripture for that that says women shouldn't do it, or is it just,
It's
or
just
is it even really a scripture that? Well, I mean, I know about spilling seed, but
now, even though I do have a doctorate in biblical studies, okay, there is still other people that know a little bit more than me that when I have these questions I ask, and I've asked this question because I have people that look up to me, okay?
mm-hmm.
And so the answer that I get, and I trust these people really, 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 really a lot. The answer I got was no,
Okay,
it's not.
so we got another double standard. We can't masturbate, but y'all can.
It could, well, I mean, just think about it's certain things that men were able to do that women wasn't able to do.
That's true, but I
That's
said
just
another
how God
double
made
standard.
it. It's just,
It's
it's,
another double standard.
but it's how God. I don't think I'm not a woman that want to do everything a man does. I'm glad
True.
you made certain things like that because certain things your body was structured for that ours isn't. You know,
I feel like if we are producing spermatozoa for the rest of our for the rest of our lives, um, we ain't impregnating nobody every single time. I feel like if y'all can do it, we can do it. It ain't going to waste. I
DMs
mean,
in the chat. DM just said, "Lord have mercy."
well, DM already knows. DM be stunting like he pure, but he done had a moment a couple of weeks ago. We already heard about that, but one long drive. What was it? One long drive, early in the morning to what was it, Long Beach?
Okay.
Stop
But
playing.
here's the thing. Here's the thing. I see. I guess the older you get, you see things differently.
Mm,
And I see things differently now, and I see things a lot differently than I did when I was younger because I understand. I understand. Like it's always a cause and effect of everything. Like
right.
if you do something, you may not feel like it's anything wrong with it, but what is the effect that it's gonna have years later, months later? What's coming behind that?
So let's go. So let's go back to the question you asked about what Lady Nika said.
Yeah.
In your 50s, and females in their 50s, you guys lose. Do you guys? Is it scientifically proven that you guys lose your sex drive sooner or more aggressively or
No,
progressively than men? Because men, they could be in their 70s and be wanting it, and then a
and I've,
female in her
I've read
70s
it
might be like,
differently.
mm-mm, huh?
I've read it differently. I've read that women, the older we get, the more our sex drive kicks in, and y'all begin to lose
Yeah,
y'all.
but isn't that like the last hurrah like thing? Like, all right, my engine about to go out, so by the time I'm 60, I'm trying to have sex like every 5 minutes.
My thing is, okay, let me tell you my reason. I can't speak for all 50 somethings, okay? But let me
uh,
tell you my reason. And this is true. And I know it's gonna sound like I'm like tooting my own horn, but this is true. This is a real fact. Okay, when you know what you're working with, you know what you got, you know who you are, you know how to do some things and all this and stuff, and everybody that you've been with gets stuck on you. Not just
right.
for not just for the type of person you are, how you think, how you look, but because of that too. Like seriously, get stuck on you. And I've had 3 stalkers in my life. Seriously, and I think one's still stalking me. To be honest with you, three stalkers, and I'm talking real stalkers. Okay, and then I got one person that has been married 30 something years. Okay, that still finds the need to inbox me and text me and tell me he loves me, and I know this. Even
I
his
think
mama.
you
Okay.
told us about him.
Yeah, and then the CEO, he's way older than me, and he was before my husband, and he still inboxed me and
Tell
tell
him let me get a loan right quick.
He is still inbox me and all this and talking about how he loves me. Okay, the dude who proposed to me when I was 8.
Mm.
Okay, he's still talking about I'm still gonna marry you. I don't care what you say, and I mean, all this just in.
Do
All,
you think you should block that stuff so you can like actually make way for what's really for you?
I don't care,
Like,
even though they do it. It doesn't get me. That trust
mm,
that don't, especially two of them. Had that bothered me, I would have never said I do to my
not
husband.
that it bothers you, but sometimes we got to clear the way spiritually. Like, we got a lot of clutter going on, and we don't understand that, people are speaking it
Wait a
out.
minute, hold on, JB. Then, baby, I answered your question a long time ago. I don't know if you missed it or not. I said no. That was a long time ago. But I was through talking about it, so that's why I went on to another subject. But I did answer your question though. Don't think I ignored you. You know I don't ignore you, boo. You my boo. Okay, go ahead.
Oh no, I was just saying, some people put stuff out in the air that clouds us, spiritually as well as physically, making a lot of noise. So sometimes you gotta be like, look, I'm gonna put a stop to this because that's not even where I am. You're not gonna even. I'm not tempted, but also I just don't want to hear it or see it because I'm in a different space on a different path. So like, let's put a stop to this. And mentally you might be, and spiritually you might be making your way clearer for what's really supposed to be there. I'm just saying. I
I
don't know.
feel I
Some
feel what
people, some people need to do that.
I feel what you're saying, and you ain't gonna you may believe this because you know somewhat spiritual stuff too, so you may believe this, but it was even one person that was actually saying the prayer out loud that I wouldn't meet nobody because they didn't want me to meet nobody if it wasn't them. That was their prayer. They didn't want they didn't want me to get but I said I just gave y'all those examples. That didn't work either. That was folded and that didn't work either.
The devil is a liar.
Right. The devil is a liar. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh my god. I had a request. I was gonna request from you the other day to ask you to sing it or a little bit of it. Maybe later though. I
Okay.
wanted to hear uh what my ADHD is
Man, too,
killing
you
it
heard me.
right
I was like,
now.
what was I what, what was I gonna say?
Yo, I
Dang.
swear, yo, safe in his arms. Sorry, because I love Duran's Page singing it, and then I listened to a couple of others. And I said, "Ooh, I want to hear Oko sing this."
Lord, bless her heart. I love me some Dorinda too. I miss her.
Oh my goodness!
I
I just got into her right before she passed. Like,
Oh really? Okay.
yeah, like maybe a couple of years. Like I think it was the Thanksgiving thing, and then I started looking into her, and then she would bless me when she would sing that song, because she gave her heart into that song, boy. Let me tell you.
The one when she walked in the house?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I can't remember what it is, but I know what you're talking about.
I'll always be
Yeah.
thankful. Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thankful.
Ding, 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 ding. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
Yes. I used to play that in the house real loud. So, but yeah, I do feel like as far as 50 some year olds or whatever, but me personally, I just when you come from a great marriage and now
Mm-hmm.
you're a widow, I feel like me just sleeping around, just getting, dating somebody and then
Not
we having
sleeping around. Oh,
but wait a minute, we dating somebody,
that,
we end up
that
having
sounded
sex,
harsh.
but not with no future happening. I just think that's lessening my value.
I mean, I think that's less than anybody's value unless their point is to, I think anybody who has a goal of achieving something, more long term or whatever, I think, that's not what you should be doing. It goes against your purpose. You know what I'm saying? It's not in the. Well, I mean, I guess some people feel like do what you need to do until you get to where you want to go. But it kind of clouds the field.
I'm gonna let you answer this. I'm
What's
gonna
up?
highlight it on the screen.
Oh, ADHD moment. Come on. Pray for my ADHD because now I got to read. I actually think about women who transition to men because it's discussed the least. That is true. That's what I said. Because transgender questions always lead back to gay men. That's what I said. See, I'm talking about. lesbians and trans women using women's bathrooms instead. Um, yeah, well, we discussed that, and I said I don't like speaking on the issue because I have a different stance on it because I feel like these, and I know from studying it that this stuff has been going on forever. It's just that because they need the issue to polarize the community, polarize society, period, to push a political agenda, it has been pushed and put out there in a certain light. And I feel like that's fine. It needs to be highlighted because there are perverts, there are people who deviants who are doing stuff just to get in the bathroom with people. On both ends, either way, all the way. Um, there are people like you said who work at Disney for the reason of being around children. There are people who are bus drivers and all the other stuff just to do these things. And this is stuff that has been occurring forever. Um, we forget about all the serial deleters that have profiles where they have done this type of stuff for decades, decades upon decades, as far as we have been researching and keeping records of this type of stuff. But the thing about it is, we don't want to actually research and actually discuss actual, viable solutions like individual bathrooms or, universal bathrooms. People go in there who feel like they want to go in there. If I know it's a universal bathroom and I don't care, I'm gonna go in. They have those, and people use them freely and don't care. I think the problem is when people get the choice, um, they don't like that. So they like to bring up polarizing situations. So really, there's no really right or wrong opinion on it because that's the whole purpose of it, to cause polarization. You want to be on this end or that end or this end or that end. Our opinions really don't matter. It's like what are we gonna do with society as a whole? We're still gonna have people who don't agree. We're still gonna have people who fight for it, and we're still gonna have people who don't. So you do what you need to do for you.
And so, personally, let me go ahead and say this too. Personally, for me, no, I would not date a man who used to be a woman because, in my mind, I'm saying me, my mind,
Mm,
he is still a woman. Even though he's, on the outside is differently, he was still born a woman. So, no, I would not.
yeah,
I would not
and I
date,
wouldn't expect you to because you're straight.
right. And I would not date uh, a man who is now a woman because to me, I can't get over what I'm seeing in front of me. I feel like if
Hmm.
I want to date a woman, then I'm going to go get a biologically born woman, not one that's made a woman. That's just me, though. That's not everybody. But if you're asking my opinion about it, that's my opinion. My
Yeah,
opinion, also, to answer your question again, Van, is the question was, can a man, can a woman be a male if they've changed to a man?
they can't be a male, but they can act like a man. But that's my personal thing.
Okay, and my thing is, you're either born female or male. So can a woman be a male? No. Can she transform into a man? Because a man is a character being or a mature, whatever. Yeah, on the outside. But to me, it's still a female.
Yeah,
So
and that's go ahead. I just want. Well, let me say this, not to cut you off.
go ahead.
That's a conversation that needs to be had because there are a lot of people who have a good grasp on what they say for themselves and what they mean by when they say transsexual, transgender, or cross-dressing, or just gay, or pan, or non-gender conforming. I meant to say, because there's a difference between, because some people say there's a difference between being a male and female and being a man and a woman. And so that's why they say, when you when I identify myself, like listen to what I'm saying, because if I say I'm a transgender woman and I'm not saying I'm female, you know
Hmm.
what I'm saying? There's a difference for some people. Like you said, you're born male or female, but you can present something else. But
Right.
if I want you to respect what I present, then this is what I'm giving you. You don't
Yeah.
have to speak to me. You don't have to respect it. But you have to respect my space because I don't think anybody should be allowed to just disrespect people. And that's what I meant by people should
Yeah.
be able to still exist in their own space, because I don't feel like once we start allowing people to disrespect people, how far are we going to let that go? Because then we're going to get back to the times where we just feel like white people can just come up to black people and just say whatever they want to say, or the indigenous people, we're gonna go back. It's always gonna go back to racial things and not just white and black. All of them, all the division, every piece of division that we can think of, people are gonna just feel like they can do that. So I feel like there should be a mutual respect across the board, and you don't have to accept it. Just respect people's space. If you don't like it, stay out of their space. That's what I meant by that.
Let me see. Hold on. There ain't no telling what the man's trying to do. The orange
Man,
jack.
he's trying to let me. Never mind. I'm not
Here
even
we
talking
go,
about
right
that.
here. Wait a minute. I want to share this. Let me make sure I can see it. Hold on.
Let me see. Mm.
I keep forgetting where I'm at on this one computer. So I have to go back through and look at all the things to see where I'm at. So I make sure y'all can see it. Okay, there we go. Lord, today. Come on. Come on. I swear I got 5G, but it don't seem like I think everybody
Mm-mm.
got 5G now. I think they made that universal. But here we go. Let me turn
Yeah,
it
pretty
first.
much.
This is This is, I'm sorry, Flame Monroe. I kind of
Can't
like
stand
Flame
Flame.
Monroe,
I
but
can't stand Flame.
Hello, this is comedian Flame Monroe. And in response to the whole Snoop Dogg debacle about him taking his grandchildren to the movies to see a cartoon, children should be allowed to be children for as long as they
thank
can.
you. I agree.
So many people are speaking on what you should do with a child or what you shouldn't do with a child when you don't even have children. So you will never understand the level of love that you have for your kid. And what we want to do as parents, and I'm only speaking to the parents, if you don't have a child, shut the hell up. If you don't have a child, you will never understand. What we try to do with our children is allow them to be children for as long as possible. The world will grow them up quick. The internet will grow them up even quicker. But what you do is teach your children right from wrong and allow them to do just what the Bible says. Teach a child in the way it should grow, and it'll grow up and come back to you. We want our children to be children. When has it become not safe to go to the movies with your child, but that you have to explain the birds and the bees to a 6-year-old at the damn cartoons? This is Flame Monroe. Peace.
Do you like me? Yes or no? This show is real.
What was the what happened at the movies?
Okay, so Snoop Dogg, his grandkids wanted to see this cartoon. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
it's a cartoon movie, and he took his grandkids to see it. In the movie, it became, I think, two women or two men or whatever at the end of the movie. And something went on, and Snoop Dogg felt uncomfortable with that because if it's a kid's movie, it should be a kid's movie, how he feels. And he didn't know how to. His grandkids started asking him some questions that he didn't feel like at that age they should have to ask if they just go to
Mm.
see a kid movie. And so he commented, and then what's that guy? He's a black guy. He wears gowns and stuff. He's
I
real
know his
flamboyant.
name. No,
Yeah,
I know who you're
yeah,
talking
okay.
about. I know who you're
Anyway,
talking about. I
yeah.
just hold on, wait. 'Cause I was gonna stop me. Stop. Oh my god. Hold on, because my ADHD is killing me, and it's gonna bother me. It's gonna bother me. Billy Porter. God damn.
There you go. Yep.
Whew.
Thank you.
I already knew who you said. I was like, no, we gonna. Okay, go
Yes.
ahead.
So Billy Porter went and said something about Snoop Dogg and how you shouldn't be worried about that with all the sexual people in your video, and all this. And so that showed that it always find the celebrities who done something first. What is that? It's a show that come on. Uh Ah, every time a celebrity die, I get caught doing something, this show comes on and like they the first ones to report it is two men. Harvey is the man's name. Anyway, it'll come to me. But he
Oh,
him
you
and
talking about Harvey Levin? You talking about TMZ?
TMZ. There you go. I was thinking, I don't know, I was thinking TSV, but it's TMZ. TMZ. TMZ asked T.S. Madison about what was said on Snoop. And T.S. Madison brought up about Snoop's videos. And Harvey told T.S. Madison, well, Snoop's videos is for adults and not kids. So that's not even an argument,
Mm.
which is true. Okay, it's true, you know. And the one you just told me about, forgot his name. Anyway, he was the first one that came out and had a response to what Snoop said, and he kind of, you know, went in on Snoop. And so Storm Moreau is going in on them. Anybody who's attacking Snoop for having an opinion about what his grandkids should see and shouldn't see at the age of 6.
Mm-hmm.
So again, we back to the same.
I don't care personally, honestly. I'm gonna tell you why. I hate talking about gay shit. Sorry.
That's okay.
Um, I mean, I swear I do. It's like, you know, after I got tired of having the black conversation, I get tired of having the gay conversation. But it's like because my thing is, I don't like when, and I didn't like it when I was growing up, and I didn't like it when I was an adult, when they say to little kids, "Oh, you got a girlfriend," and they push little kids for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years old with these little, you know, with each other and say, "Ah, look, that's his little girlfriend. That's her little boyfriend." And then they do the little kisses and they kisses like, "Oh, look at them." Blah, blah, blah. It's the same they do with them. It's the same stuff. I don't think it's appropriate for anything. Like, it shouldn't be male and female. If you feel like your child shouldn't be learning about that stuff that early, then stop promoting all the other stuff. Don't promote sexual stuff. Tell your little boys, hey, yo, you gotta be a little player, man. You gotta be like, you gotta get that little girl. You got them little girlies. They do this from the earliest of ages. But
The
then
reason
when
why, let me tell you why. Okay, here we go back to biblical again. The reason why that is done is because it is assumed, and I'm gonna say it like it to not offend nobody. It is assumed
it's
that
ritualistic,
it's supposed to be male and female.
it's actually ritualistic. If you
Well,
want to go back to it, to the practices of where they took young boys and young girls and basically ritualistically got them into sex.
well, I know about that.
Right.
I'm
So
talking about actually
that's where it
from.
comes from. It
No,
doesn't
I'm
come
actually
from.
talking about from Genesis when it said he made them male and female. That's
Now
what
I
I'm talking
understand
about. I'm
that
not talking
part,
about
but
the
that's not where
acts
they
of
get
what.
that from. That's
Yeah,
not
I'm
where
not
they get
talking
that
about
from.
the acts of what so you know sadistic people turned it into. Because I mean, if we want to go that far, we can go to the temple to where there was prostitutes on the altar of the temple where they had sex. You
Mm.
know, all of
But
that.
all that stuff is what carried on to like, that's why, you know, especially over here in America, um, we are, you know, we're a experiment over here, and we have, you know, all kinds of cultures and all kinds of influences that have formed what we do now. All that stuff comes from all that stuff, all those rituals, all those little things they used to do. That's why we at a certain age start pushing our boys and girls to like sit up there and hug and kiss and stuff. Then we get mad when they fast. But it's like you push them into this stuff, but then you don't want them to be pushed or seeing other types of stuff that's the same thing that they're gonna see in the world. It's like you should not want it in there, period, at all. Like, yo, it's always a problem when you see something different because it's different. Hey, they said that about us at one point. They said that about fat people in films and everything. So it's like, why these fat people in here, or why these black people got so many lines, or why these you know such and such such such. Always I don't know. It's always that time and period where it goes. But if you don't want it in there, it shouldn't be in there. Period. And you shouldn't be bringing them into stuff that you know, because it's just fine when y'all look at stuff y'all think is hilarious. Like, oh, it's okay. They can see this right quick. No, they shouldn't. I don't think they should see any of it. That's why I don't care. Because
I
it's
just
always going to be an issue.
Again, speaking from a mother and a grandmother's point of view, I just don't want nobody introducing my kids or my grandkids to something that me or their parents is not ready for them to see. I don't care who it is. I don't care what it is. If I don't want, like, I kept my kids from a lot of stuff. I
Mm-hmm.
did. And I'm grateful that I did. Oh, am I grateful? Even they grateful. I am so grateful that I did. Where a lot of parents was letting their kids do X, Y, and Z. Mans couldn't do it. I didn't care what you thought. You could have thought I was the meanest mother in the world. And some of my friends told me, oh, let them kids. These are mine. I'm responsible for
Mm-hmm.
it. You do what you want. These are mine. They slid from here. I'm going to be the best mother I know how to be. In the
As
same way
much as we
that was
thought
telling
we
me
did that,
the
as
same
much.
ones that was telling me that I should have let my kids do this, that, and the other. Some of theirs is in penitentiary. Some of theirs is six
Mm-hmm.
because they was in the street. You know, I only got one. God, thank you. And I hate that she's gone, but I only got one that's gone. And that's because somebody killed her. It ain't because she was out here living foul. It's because somebody thought they could take her life. So
Right.
that's totally different. So yeah, I don't regret any way that I raised my children, any way at all, because they are productive citizens. They can think on their own, they live on their own, they take care of themselves. Hey, they may not have all the money in the world, and that don't mean you're productive just because you got a lot of money. It's a lot of people with money that's messed up. I
Yeah.
mean, jacked up.
I mean, we
But
we hold the measure of our own success. So
yeah, I'm grateful. So I feel like I'm a rich woman, honey. Who? And well, I ain't gonna say what I got in the bank. It ain't nobody's business. But I feel like I'm rich, and it ain't got nothing to do with finances.
I
I
feel
just,
you.
I'm so grateful how I am. I am grateful to be me.
I'm rich with blessings.
Okay.
Blessing upon blessing, blessings on
It's a
blessing.
blessing. Yeah, because it's a lot of people I heard is jacked up.
Yeah, but
They
you have to
are
understand
thinking,
why.
and it's like poor baby. I just sit back and go, poor baby. If I was still practicing right now, I would probably make a whole buttload of money. Oh my God, I would make a buttload of money because it's a
Of
lot of people.
course you would.
Ooh,
You,
mm-mm.
I don't know what to talk about therapy. Honestly, I try every time I start. We usually just have conversations. Like we
That's
just sit there
basically
and
what
talk. Yeah, but she like my last therapist. She was just like she wanted to say why you here, but she wanted to make her money.
it is. Okay.
I was like, it's okay. You can make the money. Sometimes I just need to have conversations because I don't have friends.
Now I
Um.
will say this lately though. Lately,
Mhm.
I have been. I have been. What is the word I'm trying to use? Desiring to open up more for a relationship. I am ready
Mm.
for a relationship where I could say this time last year I wasn't, but
You want
this year,
companionship? That's what you want.
yeah, there you go. I'm ready for that now. So I will say I've been desiring, that a little bit more.
Yeah.
Um,
That
yeah.
that whole need for companionship is a strong sentiment. Like that is like it makes people do crazy
And yeah, I don't
things.
need it, but I want it.
You want it, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Mhm.
That's what I mean. I should say want, but as far as like human desires and human
Yeah.
needs go, a need can be interchangeably said with want. When we go like to the basic of like human things, like the need or the want to be accepted and or acknowledged and all that other stuff. So the basic psychology stuff, yeah, wanting that thing, that relationship. Yeah, that's cool. I mean, cause I was what
Oh my God.
companionship. You know what? And it's so funny because it's like once you get it though, and then you get comfortable with it, it's like you got to make sure you don't take it for granted
Yeah.
because it just gets to that place. You be like, all right, you can go home now.
Well, see, here's my thing. If I was to, and excuse the phrase, but if I was to dumb myself down, it
Mm.
wouldn't be a problem. But because I'm not willing to become something that I'm not, it's a problem. It's not too many to pick from.
Well,
because
maybe
yeah,
not
we
dumb
go back
yourself down,
to
then just I don't know what the word is. Like, all right, so maybe nah, damn, that's not gonna sound right either.
let
Never
me.
mind.
I promise. I promised my late husband something, and I promised myself I didn't do that for him, and I loved him. But I promised my late he told me, make a man earn you. He said I had to.
Absolutely,
He said
I
make them
agree.
earn you. He said plus I'm gonna make it so bad to where they gonna have a hard time stepping up. And he meant that. And so I know everybody can't be him because it was only one of him. And if
Mm-hmm.
I can't have him, I don't want none that's like him. I'd rather have if it's anyone out there better or
Yeah,
possibly equal to, okay. But I'm not looking for my husband.
yeah, but you're supposed to present. If we just want to speak customarily, you're supposed to present who you are, and what you bring anyway. So it's like you're
Right.
presenting yourself. So I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, and it'll garner you the right type of attention, just as long as you don't stray away from, what you're supposed to be paying attention to, and like
Mm-mm.
you know what I'm saying. So, but I
I
mean,
do believe
sometimes
I'm gonna
we
bump into
do
the man I'm
require
supposed to be
you to
with.
be a
I think
little
I'm gonna bump
like
into him.
do it in doses, though.
Huh?
I said sometimes you gotta do it in doses, though.
Do
Like you can't just come on like boom, full on. I'm Coco. What up?
No, honey, I'm totally different than that. Trust me, I'm 54 years old. Don't you think I know how to date?
I listen. I
I
don't know.
present myself.
You might have
You
lost
talking
a
to me
little.
like
I
I'm
don't
one of
know.
these little yahoos out here to be trying to shut. I almost said something. I almost said no, man. Let me take a.
Listen, you ain't dated in the 2020s, so I don't know.
Well, they
They
either gonna like
different.
what they get or they not, and either. But here's the thing with me. Either way, I'm not desperate. That may be
That's right.
something I want, but unless God has that for me, with whatever He has for me, if He don't have that for me, then okay. I'm
Amen.
okay. I ain't missing nothing. I mean, my life is full. That would just be an add-on. Because
It's
I'm dang
nothing.
sure ain't gonna let nobody come and subtract.
Nah, nah, nah. That's not what we gonna do. Wait, how many? It got 26 comments I haven't seen.
Yeah,
Well, I thank y'all for actually liking the live and sharing. If you have shared, if you have not, please do share. Subscribe. Tell your people to subscribe. Come watch the videos. Watch the playlist. Well, if she got playlists, she'll create a
yep, I
playlist.
do.
Watch the playlist. Get up them hours. There's a goal set. I don't know if it expired yet.
It expired.
Well, y'all get the goal next time, guys.
Yeah, we actually been on here what 2 hours?
What is that? Let me say 2
Or
hours 20 minutes. You've been up here 2 hours 22
well,
minutes.
you've been over an hour at least.
Yeah, I've been up here for a minute. So.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah, I'm just talking. You ain't got to stay up here talking to me, honey.
Oh,
'Cause
I'm good. I'm
okay, I
good.
was gonna
I
say
was
I got
playing
about
PS5. I'll tell you what I've been doing.
okay.
So I occasionally have to do. I do mental health breaks. And I don't. People think mental health breaks. They think, oh, people going crazy. Like, nah. I just have to, detoxify or decompress or just I get bored. And because I've been hanging in the beef sector, and the beef sector has not been doing anything.
uh,
I
uh,
have grown extremely bored of them, and so I have not been in the major content creators' lives or anything to do with No, I'm not gonna even name names. I just have not been interested, and I was just like, all right, so it's on me because of my ADHD, and plus I get bored easily. So I just been like chilling, and I've been
yeah,
trying to fill my time. But I also it's like I feel like I'm going through a midlife crisis. So
I feel you.
I feel like I want to finish my book. I want to do this. I want to do that. I don't want to go out, but then I want to go out, but I don't know what I want to go do. So I've been playing PlayStation and
I feel
chilling.
I went out today, but I went out. I was supposed to go get my prescription, but I decided against that because when I
Mm.
looked at the clock, it was time for me to go get my food. So I woke up this morning desiring my favorite buffalo wings, and I only get them from one place. And so I asked the girl. was she cooking today? And of course, anytime I asked her if she's not, she's still gonna cook. And she said, for you. I said, thank you. So I went and got my favorite buffalo lemon pepper hot wings. Well done. And then I wanted a salad. So I passed up two places because they drive through was so long. I'm like, nah, I ain't willing to do all this. So I went to one other place that sometime I go get wings, like when she's not, like she's out of town or something. And
Mhm.
I went in there, they now make their salads custom made. I'm like, winning, okay.
Okay.
So, because I just was gonna get one of them little salads and go on, you know. But she said, "How do you want it?" Blah 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 blah. I was like, "Yeah, all the things. Thank you." So, I got that and I got home. I didn't look at it till I got home, and I lifted that box. I did a little short. I lifted that box. That salad is just like I like it. It's the lettuce I used. So I said I won today. So I was gonna go back out because it's line dance night tonight. And I was going to line dancing, but I don't feel like driving all the way to Louisville to go line dancing.
How far is Louisville?
Well, let's see. To get to the street that starts Louisville is about 10 minutes, but to get to where I need to go, it's a whole 25 more minutes. So
Oh.
altogether about 35 minutes. I don't feel like doing all that, and then find parking, and then no, I don't feel like doing all that. Not today. So I
Mm.
said, what I'm gonna do when I get out of here, I'm gonna make me some more spirulina, because I've been taking my spirulina again, and my body
Okay.
has been feeling great. So I'm gonna make me some more spirulina. I mix it in my tea. I'm
I'm
gonna
about to
warm
go make
back up my,
salmon cakes.
huh?
I'm about to go make salmon cakes.
Okay, yeah. So I tore his salad up though, for real. I still got wings left,
A
but I
good
got to eat
salad
that.
is so good.
Oh my god, it's ooh.
I want a good antipasto salad. I haven't had one in so many years.
Pasta salad.
Yeah, antipasto salad. Yes. What it has? I think it has like Italian meats like salami and stuff like that, and I think it has feta cheese. I don't like olives,
Oh, I love
but
black olives and
it
green
had it. Y'all
olives.
can have all of them. Y'all can have all of them. But it has onions and stuff, and I just started eating onions and peppers like that. But it has the traditional Greek dressing and stuff. Oh, like a
Okay.
real good one is really like good and unhealthy because it got all the meat and all the cheese.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I was at the thing yesterday too.
Yes, what you said.
Yeah, I saw Tyrese do. He called out the guy, kept telling us, put your lights out. Something great is about to happen. Y'all gonna be amazed at what's about to happen. And then somebody was like, "Oh no, he's just about to introduce his song." I was like, "Nah, somebody's about to propose. Somebody's proposing to somebody." So yeah, that happened. That was cool. It was cool. It was alright, but the people I was with, they weren't inside the actual park, so we were adjacent to the park right there.
Okay.
On the side of the stage, we were at the library parking lot, because that it's right there, it's connected. So the fence was there, but we were all basically still in the same spot. Um, but it was just like I would go earlier if I went again, so I can actually be inside the park and be closer.
Yeah.
I think you enjoy it more because otherwise you really just like listening to radio
Yeah.
because you're so far away. But I mean, my phone is well enough that good enough that the camera it zooms in really good, so you can actually see the people on stage. But it also was like one of those summer in the park things that the city does or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And so they sang and gave performances like it was free. I
Mm-mm.
was like, yeah, no. I was like, what was that? Like Raheem Devon's set was longer than it was like 50% longer than Tyrese's. Tyrese must have came out late, and they told him he only had 20 minutes. He said, "F that," you know. He was like, they keep telling me I gotta be finished by this time. He said, F that. He's like, y'all want me to keep going? So at the end, he kind of like kept going, like, nah, go ahead, hurry up, play the next one, play the next one. But I
Yeah,
was
my
just like,
my cousin, I shared my cousin who wrote not this. I don't know what she wrote on this one because I ain't talked to her about it. But I know
mm,
his last one that he won a Grammy for. She
uh,
wrote the song "Stay." She wrote that and sung
I
backup
love
on it.
that song. Oh
Yes,
my
that's my cousin.
god.
And
Yo,
she
second
also
cousin,
wrote
big
and
ups for
sung.
that. That song is hot.
Yep, she also wrote four more of his songs on that album and sung background on the album too. So
Tell her to
she
write me a
said
song. Let me stop. I can't afford it. Never mind.
when they was working on that album, he brought her and about four more other people. And one of them was Fantasia's brother, the one y'all don't really hear about. He sings, brought them all in his house, and they all couldn't leave
I
until
know
they
him.
got the album done.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know what? I just watched the show. It's on Netflix. It's either on Netflix or Prime. It's called dang it. I can't think of what name of it is, but basically it took songwriters and producers, but top songwriters and producers, and they basically put them in writers camps, like around the world. I might as well say, because they had put them in islands or whatever, but
Okay.
it was this core group of writers, and they had writers camp all over the place, like in Nashville, in the Caribbean, and somewhere else or whatever. And they wrote for, who was the first person? John Legend, a Korean pop lady. Uh, who else? Oh, the country black singer. I can't think his name. The black country singer.
I know you
Um,
know with the plaits are the whatever his hair, the twist.
yeah,
Okay.
him. And somebody else and whatever. But I was like, oh my god, this is the stuff I love. This is stuff my life is made of. But yeah, it was interesting to see them in the writers' camps, like where they, they'll pair up, a few groups, and then they would just go out and into the studio like for a day or two with one producer, and then the other writers, and then they'll bust out a song, and then they'll basically present the song, and then at the end of the whole series or whatever, they let you know which songs got picked by which artist or whatever. And I was
Yeah.
like, that was really cool because yeah, they was. I was like, man, I I missed that stuff, but yeah, it was really cool though. I could imagine being in the writer's room when she wrote "Stay." That song is hot.
Okay. Yeah, I liked it. I liked it too. But she's gifted. She sings and everything. She's got songs out and stuff. She hasn't made it real big, but Fantasia calls on her to sing background for her and
Mm.
some ad libs and stuff for her and all this and stuff. So they know who she is. Just people have not. And even when she has concerts, especially in Chicago, because that's where she grew up, she sell out all the time. And so now she's in Texas, she's selling out. So it's only, really a matter of time before she get that one little thing. And people,
Yeah,
"Why
you
you
never know.
huh?
You never know. Like you
Yeah.
never know. It sometimes it just happens out of nowhere, and it just skyrockets. That's crazy.
And see, I'm different. I'm not okay. I had my chance to travel as a background singer and
Uh,
everything. However, I had kids, and like I said, I'm a mom first, so my kids came before. So what? A couple of studios, because I work with one producer here. He's with Sony now. But what he used to do when he was in a couple of different studios is he would contact me and see if I wanted to come in and do the background on certain songs.
mm,
And if I said yeah, then that's what would happen. But and everything. So I enjoyed that. I really did. But being a quote unquote singer, out there in the front knowledge, that has never been for me. Never.
yeah,
Even
right.
when it came to gospel songs, like singing on gospel songs and stuff,
Mm,
I do that too. But as far as, traveling and I'm out, that's not something I want to do. Now I am working on an EP.
yeah,
Me and
you
my
told
cousin,
us.
yeah, me and my cousin working on an EP, just two songs. And my best friend, Anthony McNeil, the real life with Anthony McNeil and Apollo,
Shouts
he,
out
he
to
gave me
Anthony and
he
them.
gave me my music. Yeah, I got my music from him because I trust him, and he knows my sound. Like he'll go in the studio
Mm,
and he'll create something, and he'll just hear my voice, and he'll be like, "This is you. This is you." He'll call me like, "Listen to this. What you think?" And and I'm like, "I like it, but can you do this?" Like, I mean, so we collaborate together. We got a song we're gonna do together too. He said he'd been waiting on me for 6 years, and I said I've been waiting on him. So you know how that goes. But
So y'all need to stop playing and
okay,
stop playing. Maybe you can never mind, cause
what?
I was like, maybe you could lend a sample to like D Ham, and maybe he could put a sample in one of his AI tracks or whatever. But
Hmm.
it's a lot of stuff going on with copyright and stuff, so I was just like, nah. Just
Yeah, you're
let them
right.
finish. Yeah, let them finish with all that stuff.
Yeah.
But speaking of you singing gospel and stuff, you gonna sing my song?
If I don't sing it today, I'll sing it for you next time.
See how you do?
Trust me, I will. I get you. I get you.
See,
You know I will.
I can't
I
get the
don't
first
remember the
line.
song. Huh?
I can't get the first line.
I'll always be
Not that one.
faithful. Which one?
Safe in his arms.
You know what? Okay, you couldn't have known that. You couldn't have known that. You couldn't have known that. You couldn't have known that because I
What?
never spoke about that. You know I sang that song.
I was about to say you sang that at somebody's funeral.
No, I sing it. Period.
Oh,
Like
for real?
my granddaddy, when he wanted to hear that song, he requested that song and told the choir he wanted me to lead that song. So I have been singing that song for almost 30 years.
I told you when I heard it the other day. I told you I've been listening to it. I said I was gonna request it from you the other day when I was there, but I ain't had time when you was talking. So I was like, "Yo, she gonna sing this song for me. Something about it. I want her to sing this song."
Even though my voice is toe up right now, I told you I'm on infection pills. You're going to have these people dragging me, which I don't care. Let me
They
see.
drag everybody.
Because the Lord is my shepherd, I have everything I need. He lets me rest in the meadow's grass, and he leads me beside the quiet stream. He restores my failing hand, and he helps me to do what I honor him the most. That's why I'm saved. That's why I'm saved. That's why I'm saving, safe in his arms. That's all I got.
Hey,
You silly. Thank you. That's all I got. My sinuses is whipping me.
thank you. I just need to hear it. I don't know. When I hear a song I like, it's like I'll listen to like 50 people sing it. I swear I will. And I'll just look up different people singing it just because I want to hear different versions, different
Right.
voices, different textures, different timbres. All that's getting too musical, too technical. My bad.
I know you. I know you a music. What's they call it? Fasciato, whatever they call that thing.
Audio file. I did go to school for sound, for
I
audio.
believe it.
So yeah, I think about all that, but I also grew up in the performing arts, and I had I wanted to become a singer, a performer, I should say, because I wanted to do acting, directing, producing, all the other stuff. I went to the performing arts high school and middle school.
Hmm.
I kind of was into stuff or whatever. I hang around with singers, so yeah. I like hearing the different things and the different nuances people give to songs.
Dang, I forgot she was coming over here. Okay. And now, so now me and you can talk music. So that's what's up.
Absolutely,
That's
absolutely.
up, chicken butt.
But I will tell you this: my music taste, though, I love everything. But I grew up. I'm not gonna say that. Let's just say I grew up as a quasi theater kid because I love musicals. but I love musical theater, like songs and stuff like that. But not
Yeah,
all. But I also love the other stuff. But it's like I don't know. I light up when I hear certain stuff, so it's just random. So yeah, if I'm on with a topic, you know,
yeah.
just keep rocking with me. I'll catch on.
He's silly.
Yeah, because right now, because earlier I'm gonna tell you what I played. I usually don't. I was in the kitchen and I was doing something, putting the dishes in the dishwasher, I think, and I played "Love Under New Management" by Kiki Wyatt, and then I played "Who Can I
You know,
Run To
she's
by
from
Escape."
my city.
Is she?
Kiki from Kentucky. Yeah,
Oh,
she's
she
from
do got that accent too.
Yeah, she's from Louisville, Kentucky. Then she moved to Lexington, and now she's somewhere in Kentucky, but she's still here. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay, no, you good. And then I listened to Alex Newell sing "Mama Will Provide," which is from a musical. So yeah, I'll bounce back and forth. So we can definitely talk music. Just when I get weird, just rock with me.
Oh, you're fine. You're fine. Yeah, I love music. Did I go? Well, I didn't go to school to study music. I was always thrown into music. So, but my family has been singing. Like my granddaddy used to sing with Sam Cooke. He was actually
Okay.
Sam Cooke's understudy. And so, like, if Sam didn't show up, my granddaddy was the lead, and all this
Mm,
stuff. And my family, they just been a singing family.
look
And
at y'all.
yeah, all through. It's so many people, and I don't talk about it because I don't want people to think I'm bragging, and that's not what this is.
Mm.
There's so many of my family members that's in the music
We was
arena.
just yeah, we was just talking about it, so it ain't bragging. But let me ask you a question, all right,
Wait a
quick.
minute, hold on. Okay, you here? Okay, I'm gonna come out the front door. Okay.
Oh, you gotta go.
Yeah, that's my mom. So I will be talking
Hey,
with you all
moms.
later.
All right, so next time we're gonna discuss why you didn't enter any of these talent contests. But anyway,
Look, I might come on later so we can talk. All right, y'all.
we
I'll talk
can
to you later.
just text me. Let me know.
Okay. Love you, Charlie. Thank y'all. Bye bye.
Love y'all. Oh, hey, Charlie. I can't